I'm gonna go ahead and go live. It looks like I am live. I'm Dude One. Hello. I'm Dude One. The color keeps raising and lowering because this auto, let's see, auto, what is it? Let me fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. We'll do this. I'm gonna remove that. We'll get the Canon camera off there because it just doesn't, oh, maybe, no, let's not remove that. Let's put this right here. Yeah, no, the Canon camera still doesn't work. That's all right. We'll just throw it in the garbage because I don't need it. But let me go to my camera, go to my properties, and let me see. Let me configure the window. So what is automated? Is the white balance? If I make that unautomated? No, it's the exposure. We'll just automate the white balance, and I'll go to the exposure, and I'll unautomate that. Boom. Fixed. Oh, I said boom. Shit, sorry. It's too many people say boom. And we'll bring the focus down to about, yeah, there. That's a pretty good exposure. And let's see, where's my sharpness? Yeah, I gotta adjust that again. We'll make the sharpness a little sharper. Should sharpen my ugly chin up a little bit, and we'll bring the contrast up just a little. That looks pretty good. Oh, and we got the gain all the way at 0 again. I gotta adjust this every time. Oh boy, that really made it bright. It's okay, so we'll do that. But I like having the gain up, so we need to turn the exposure like way down. There we go. Get it. Now, there, I kind of look real. Right? You can see my house plant. Looks good. That's pretty cool. Low light compensation. Now we'll turn that off. Now I wish I could just hit apply and it would do this every time I open up OBS, but I have to do this every single time. For some reason, Logitech and OBS don't work together. There's not like a plugin you can download to put it into OBS to make these settings exactly the same way every time you turn on. That would be amazing. Maybe there is one and I just don't know about it yet. Nobody's shared that with me, or I haven't done enough research. I mean, it's first world problems, right? Okay, there we go. That camera looks pretty good. And then we'll hit OK. So it should look all right, aside from, you know, my mug. And we'll go to the keyboard camera and we'll do the same thing. We'll have to go through all these settings again. We'll bring the contrast up a little bit, just a little. And then we'll go to the sharpness and we'll make that the same as it always is. It's about 185 or 90. And white balance is good. We're going to turn the gain all the way up. And the camera doesn't seem to be responding to any of the changes that I'm making in this. If I make the, let's see if I, because auto exposure, there we go. And we'll set the focus at 10. If this set at 30, you're not in focus. Now if I bring the, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's working. Cool. Yeah. And we'll turn the low light compensation off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just seeing how this thing works. White balance, backlight, gains cranked. Okay, okay, okay. And yeah, it looks like everything's working good. I'm happy. We'll switch cameras again. Yeah, that looks all right. I think it probably sounds pretty good out there too. Now I want to go to. Let me see. Can I go to the YouTube channel and just see how? View on YouTube. Yes, I would like to view on YouTube. You're about to view the stream. Okay. Yep, it works. It's working pretty good. It's working pretty damn good. Yeah. I like it. Focus still looks a little messed up on that. Yeah, let's see if I can change that. So we'll go to this camera, and we'll go to properties, and we'll go to configure video once again. And contrast, sharpness is a little bit high. White balance is set to auto. We're going to make that about 1. Okay, now camera control. Let's make sure. I wonder if I make the focus at 0, if that makes it any better. We'll see. If I make the focus up at like 80 something, it should get blurry. Yeah, it got blurry. Okay. I'm just checking some settings. Chicago timer, what's up, Chicago timer? I got my new computer working. I got my new camera working. It's pretty solid. Seems like focus at 13 is pretty good. And sharpness, what if I bring the sharpness up to as high as it'll go? I'm just looking at some stuff. Oh yeah, that lens. We'll make that. I'm still going to back that down to about 200. There we go. Okay, Tim, it's good to see you. I got my new computer I plugged it in for the first time yesterday, and let me see. I should be able to just turn this off, and there we go. I should be in pretty good sync with the stream. But I can tell one thing, that I'm a little bit quiet. That gain is good, so I need to make an adjustment to my voice because it's not quite loud enough. I want it to be clipping, you know. We got to have clipping going on. So let's bring up Reaper. I don't want to see that. And I'm still able to, let's go, okay. I'm still able to like show you all what I'm up to. I have the same old session that works. It works great. The Distressor, yeah, that's doing good. Let's check our preamp. Oh, I have 2 preamps on here. I'm not sure why. Why do I have 2 preamps on here? Maybe I'm just trying to sneak up on something. Let's see where this one's at. Let's bring the input up a bit. There we go. Now I'm getting noisy enough. Voice denoise. See where this is at. That's doing good. Voice denoise. That keeps it quiet. It seems like it's working all right now. And I think if I play my guitar, it'll mute my voice. Yeah. Yeah, it's all working good. I like it. So it seems like my voice, oh yeah, let me check my vocal effect here. We got the compressor on that just set with a way too slow of a release. Okay, no, it's not that one. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, the ratio is like way too high. I should, oh yeah, and that's just, I got you. I see what's going on there. That should be a little bit better. And now, yeah, that's a little better. I just need to duck a little bit because I don't want to hear my pick going through that microphone. Okay, let's go back here. Oh boy, look at that. There's my StreamYard. There's my backing track. And I think if I go here, which you'll be able to see this, right? But we'll go to here. Now you don't have to see that, and I can push play, and we ought to be able to hear this. I think this is in A. Okay, that was awesome. Okay, sounded really, really good. And it should be sounding good out there. Epi, what's happening? What did I buy? Okay, dude. In a minute. Oh, dude. As well as okay. Yeah, and I don't want to. I'll tell you. I bought a. It's called a Good Tico, I believe is the brand name. Obviously made in China. Mini PC, and I'll show it to you here. Let me find. Give me a second. I'll show you the exact thing I bought. Let me see, where's my, there we go, returns and orders, okay, really, okay, there we go. Yeah, I got all this security shit set up in here, which is awesome. Okay, let's do this. Here is the, here is the product that I bought. Good Tico Mini PC Intel 13th generation i7 1360p, 12 cores, 16 threads. You can see what it's got. Thunderbolt 4, 3 video outputs. Ultimately, it's got 4 USB 3 inputs, which can all be expanded. I've got 2 of them expanded to 2 separate 4 input USBs. It's got the lightning input right there on the front, and unfortunately, maybe this thing does show the, yeah, here, this is a good photo right here. So there's the back of it. So you got 2 USB 2.0s right on the back. The top one is the back, and then there's the front, and it has the useless headphone jacks and the microphone jacks that I don't know how many people use that, but, and then it's got 2, in and out with the Cat 5. And I'll tell you what, you guys, this thing is smoking, and there's the price. That's what I paid for it. I am not afraid to admit it. It was less than half of the last one I bought. Brad, what's happening? Dude, Tim, I know. It's astonishing that this thing can do this stuff. This thing is just smoking fast. Good to see you too, Brad. Yeah, a really affordable. I mean, it's less than most laptops. Mitch, what's happening, brother? I'm really doing a test to make sure that my StreamYard session will work. And if anyone would care to join, Brad, if you'd like to come on and play a little guitar with me or whatever, we can play a couple tunes if you're feeling up to it. I think it's, what is it, 5 o'clock in the afternoon in where you're at this point? Yeah, dude, this thing, I haven't used Max, but Brad, I'll shoot you a message with the link to the StreamYard. It'd be cool for you to join me. I'd like to do that just to make sure that when I'm in StreamYard, if I have a guest, that everything works perfectly. And this thing, I'm telling you, I'm using right now with all of my Reaper going and OBS. I'm using, let me look, of the whole processing power, CPU. Yeah, no, me either. You're absolutely hit that nail on the head. Those things are definitely, well, unless you like big, beautiful, lighted up fans that look really cool, so when you have girls come over to watch you play video games, they look really neat, right? But if you just want a computer that's dinky, and you can, I got enough room, I could put another guitar where that old tower was. Can't today. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Construction. Yeah, and I'm certainly not anti Mac. I am not that guy. I won't own Apple products simply because I've had bad experiences with them, and I also won't own other manufacturers' products because I've had bad experiences with them. I mean, stuff that's pretty inexcusable. I probably could have gotten over it, but I don't want to have to deal with having problems. Thus far, this thing, I literally plugged it in 2 days ago. It did its setup process, and it asked me, "Hey, your laptop just talked about my laptop that I have down at my shop where I do my streams from, and I have a bunch of apps, OBS and Reaper and Easy Drummer and all my Archetype Neural DSP plugins on it. He goes, you want me to get your apps off of that computer? And I was like, well, fuck, I don't have nothing to lose. I could just restart this thing and start it from zero. I'm at zero at this point. I hit OK. And I was sitting here, I was at lunch, and I got taken about an hour for lunch, and I was watching it, and it's like 10%, like, it's taking a while, and I'm sitting here for lunch, and okay. So I went back to work, and it was like 58% done or something. I couldn't do anything. Get home from work, and the computer's sitting here with the screensaver on, and my nice, beautiful, my living room looks really cool with all that action going on. And I opened it up and I double clicked on Archetype Petrucci, and guess what? Dude, let's do it, Mitch. Here, what I'll do, I'm just going to do this. Let's see. I'm going to click on this. Let me paste this. Mitch, we've never actually met in person. Charlie, what's up? I'm going to put a link in the chat that you should just be able to click on and join my stream. And I can show you that I've got a YouTube backing track going. And when I push play on it, I'll go here. If I push play on it, you should be able to hear that bigger than anything. Yeah. Cool. Don't worry about it. No hurry, man. So, we could even jam together if you'd like. Charlie, if you'd like to join me, you're more than welcome. I'll grab my acoustic. I'm cool with that. I hope you're doing well. Interesting. I want to look at something real quick. Let me view this on YouTube. I'm going to mute it. Oh, no, I'm going to mute it and go live. I just want to see. Okay. Cool. You can't join streams because you can't get the audio into the streams. Is that correct? I will help you fix that right now, brother. It takes one download and you will be able to get Reaper into StreamYard. I promise. It's free. Because you should be able to. Right now I'm using, and I'll show you again. Let me do this. Let me get this. I'm going to move this whole window over here. So again, in Reaper, here's my master bus, and if you open up the effects on it, I've got a limiter, and then I've got NDI output, and if I open that window, it's VST output, stereo 1 and 2, and the audio level, I have to set it at 12. If I go to 20, I'm probably going to get really stupid loud, right? So I'm going to go back to 12. Okay, so that's it. Then I go down here, and I've got this NDI tools. That's the download that you do. I have that open over here. Or maybe I don't. Why don't I? Let's see. Is there audio? Maybe there is an audio. Let me see. So it's VST. Okay. Maybe that doesn't have to run in the back. I may just have learned something new about this program, but anyhow, that was kind of strange. Yeah, let's do this. We'll go here. Sorry, you couldn't see that. I didn't have the right screen selected, I don't think. Let me put this back over here. Getting the windows right where you need them to see them is kind of tricky. I'm getting used to this navigation. The way this thing opens window sizes, I've got to do a bunch of my automation stuff for this. Yeah, it's really, I don't like how it opens windows, and they open way too big by default. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Like this one is, it's the StreamYard window. When I moved it over to my other monitor, it's so big that I can't even see the bottom of it. Now I got it dialed in right. And forgive me if I'm not. I'm still learning, you guys, but it seems to be working. And I can't grab the edge of the window and drag it anywhere. You'll see if I go down here, if I get on the bottom of this window, it won't let me lengthen the bottom. And if I go up here to the top of this window, it really doesn't like to grab that so that I can make the window a little bit taller. Let's see, you have no vocal, no music. Okay, so now I should have roll the wheel of your mouse will change the screen. Oh, is that right? Control. Oh, yeah, that's the zooming function. That's cool. I just learned something else. I should have audio now. I'm still not sure if I should. It was showing that it was going in here. Let me look at my audio settings. Yeah, my mic's working. That's interesting. I want to do a test real quick. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab this NDI plugin and I'm going to say exit. And because it's going through the ProStream. That's where I So now I have, okay, so now I got, but wait. So now you're hearing me. Now you're hearing me. You got to make all the settings correct, right? So there it is. So now I'm all good to go. I should have good audio and good video and all that. Then we'll go over here. Oh, yeah, here we go. I got a lot of stuff on my bench right now. So now we should, yeah, I know. And you probably turned your headphones up, but now you're getting my my vocal mic, and it's way over here. It's about 3 feet, and I'm not even talking even into it. I'm talking at this camera, and there's no microphone over here. If I tap this mic, it's definitely going through that mic. And if I play my guitar, it's definitely going through there. I know that got loud, and I'm sorry about that. If you turned your headphones up, maybe back those off. And the other thing, let me check one other thing, man. I might need to make one other adjustment that I maybe haven't made on this new computer yet. I need to go to my settings. Let me show you on this NDI settings down here on the bottom right of your screen. I'll go in here and I'll open up my NDI, and I'll go to audio. And that needs to be set at +10. So my voice is going to get a little bit quieter now, probably a lot more comfortable. Yeah, that was set at, I think it was probably set at automatic levels, and I didn't adjust that. That's stuff that you got to do in this program. And then video I'm not worried about, but we'll make it 1080p. So now we should have a little bit better good volume. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
I'm on. So I'm using Lander in my Reaper so you can
okay.
hear everything, which is it's the same thing as virtual audio cables.
Yeah.
Same thing. And probably NDI. I want to get NDI, but I was going to ask you about it. I don't know which. Do you have to get everything, download the whole thing, and there's some other thing? I used it once before years ago, but
okay.
you get like video from one computer to the other. But I want to use it like you're doing it too.
Yeah, I downloaded. If you go to the NDI website and download NDI tools, and you'll get like this big long list of stuff, right? The only part of that plugin that I use is the NDI webcam, is what it's called. Okay. And because I use Reaper as my DAW to get and that's where my microphone and all this is going into my audio interface, I can put a VST on my master bus and
that's exactly
send. Right now, yeah. You saw me do that.
It works the same way as Reaper or
yeah.
I mean Lander works. I put it on my master bus.
Yeah, and they're okay. And I've heard about Lander, but I've also heard that you may have to pay for it. And
I know people they get confused.
that's
Lander's like an online doll, right? And
yes.
they're using it's Lander Sessions you download, right? And it's a subscription if you want. They have their own environment, but to use it as a plugin, it's free. You just use it just like you're using NDI. But if you use it, if you go to Sessions, you're creating. All right, look, it's Richard. If you're creating a within its own environment, you could come to something like this. That's what costs money. But they give you 15 minutes for free. I never use that. I only use it as a plugin just to move audio from one source to the other. That's free. But everybody says, "Oh, you have to get." You don't have to. You know.
Yeah.
No, it's not true.
Howdy.
I'm using it for a year, over a year.
Good afternoon, Richard. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I figured I took my monthly shower today. I might as well.
Right. Now, one thing I will say, Mitch, is that your volume on your voice is fairly quiet. You could probably, you could bring it up a bit. And I mean,
would you do it in here or in? That's what
I do it in. I would do it in Reaper is what I would normally do, or you can use the gain control on whatever channel of your audio interface that is hitting. You could just turn the gain up.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. How about that?
Turn it up.
Tell me when.
There you go.
Is that good?
Dude, that just got really.
You just
Richard, does that sound?
Radio announcer status, right? There.
Yes.
Radio announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Hanover, Pennsylvania. This
perfect.
Is,
get rid of the pop peas and that, and it's perfect. You've got great tone. You got great tone in your voice.
This is Audio Technica 2100R or something like. Had it about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got a Presonus IO24 mixer. USB audio interface, which has loopback, but I rather use loopback because with loop, I rather use Lander because when I'm doing stuff in Reaper, I like to set it up like if I'm doing like I have a mic, backing track, and my guitar on 3 separate tracks. But when I'm using the built-in loopback, you can't separate it like that.
No.
But Lander, I can. And plus I would get echo, but I'm not getting echo when I do it with Lander. You're not getting echo. The mix minus thing. I'm not hearing echo, but I hope you guys aren't either.
No.
Now, so that's how it worked when you all. Charles Green. I helped him get started when, when the Brian show Sunday, OU812.
Yeah. Well, one thing also in your StreamYard settings. Do you have the echo cancellation turned off or on?
It's off and stereo on. Right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way we are as well.
Right.
Yeah,
Marshall and I've never had a problem with echoes when we've done streams together. I don't understand why other people do.
But if I would do loopback, the built-in loopback, you would get the echo. I can't separate it. But then you know what Ryan's using that Rodecaster pot. It's like $700 really. The interface he's using. He's getting everything from his amps mic'd up and then into his interface, into that Rodecaster pod too. That's a lot of money to spend for interface.
Yeah. Well, I just dropped $700 on this thing, and this thing is.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the specs. I was just looking at it.
What did you get? I've been meaning to ask you that and haven't had a chance.
It's a good Tico. I just let me see. I can share.
The only thing if you got into heavy video editing, you don't have a built-in GPU. It might get hot. It would run hot.
That's what I've heard is that the big problem with them is temperature stuff. Right. But I'm typically when I do that sort of thing, and give me just a second, I'll share this window. Here we go. Let's see, present. Oops, no, doggone it, I got rid of that. Let's see, here we go. This is oh wait, that was a wrong window. God darn it. I got too much stuff going on. I got to stop that one. Present, share screen. I'm so sorry. Here it is.
No worries.
Wait a minute.
How come?
Huh. Why is it not letting me?
That's weird.
Forgive me for the pause, the delay here. So what I can do is just do this. We'll make this a little bit easier. There's the. You can kind of see the specs there if you can see that. All right.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it.
Specs.
What's
The
that?
only thing, they're great specs. The only thing, you just don't have a dedicated GPU. Everything else, it's the new. Well, they have 14 gen is out, but that 13 gen is really really good. The Intel and
Dude, this is
bought a new one.
It's crazy how small it is.
yeah.
When you sent me that picture with the guitar pick sitting on top of it, you should have heard my jaw hit the floor.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Let me see who we got.
Quentin fucking James. Hello, Quentin.
Am I working? Is that working?
No, you're not.
Yeah. No, you sound like shit. No, I'm joking.
No.
Quentin never sounds like shit.
Does the guitar work?
Sounds like a violin, bro. Guitar Wars, here we go.
We can almost play together on here, man. That's pretty
That was
cool.
close. That was close. Oh, there you go.
There we,
I'm pretty sure Ruby's still making guitar noises.
yeah, nice. Well, Quentin, I used your guitar pick to. By the way, thank you very much for this. Very cool of you. I like that. It's literally the exact same thickness as the ones that I love.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
have one?
I got somewhere.
I can't use them. I use the those little Dunlop H3s.
Thicker.
It's a smaller. Yeah, I can't use the. It's like a Fender 351 size. But the guy makes a really good pick. I'll give him that though. He bevels. The sides are, it's all beveled and.
Yeah. Well, check this out. I got a Christmas gift recently from my friends in Portland. Fred got something and I got something. And my friend Jairus Minsky is just an amazing vocalist. And I wish I could, you guys, I've released a couple tunes that I've recorded with him, and he's absolutely phenomenal. But his girlfriend Lacey, who's just a sweetheart, got me these wooden picks. That,
I got them too. For Christmas, my wife got me some.
yeah. Very nice. I was like, now I've tried using them, and these are way. I mean,
They're heavy.
Yeah.
dude,
I don't want to get a splinter when I'm playing guitar.
yeah, they're definitely uncomfortable to use, but
Yeah, you're on or off, period, with the wood. At least that's what I've noticed.
yeah.
You can't choke up on it or pull out away from the end so it'll relax a little bit. There's no give. Zero.
No, yep. Well, I am astonished at how well this thing is working having it literally, I've had it 3 days, but has it been 3 days? Yeah, I've had it 3 days, but I didn't even hardly touch it yesterday because I used it just a little bit for internet surfing. But this thing is working flawlessly.
Yeah,
And-
Excellent.
The video call is really good.
It's yeah. So here's the deal. Also, if anybody's interested in playing some guitar, and I would love to try this. R2, R3, what's happening?
What the?
I don't know I don't know everybody's real name, and that's cool. I can't keep up with all that stuff. But if you'd like to join us, there's a link in the chat.
He
And
told
if
me
you
his
just-
real name the other day, and I'm like, no, dude, you're like
Can be,
You're
I know
like-
his real name.
you're like a Tony or something. His name's Al. I'm like, what the fuck is Al? No.
I call him Carlos.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will also add, I think that Mitch, you could probably still come up in volume. It seems like, yeah, and it might be that you need to point your mic
It
right
is.
directly.
It's a dynamic mic. You
Yeah.
got to be on top of it.
Yeah, you got to.
That's why most of the
proximity.
time I use this most of the time. My Elgato Wave 3, the USB.
Oh yeah.
but I can't use it in here. USB.
Oh.
Well, I can do it. I can do it through OBS, but you would be getting echo and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, if I did a group thing, but by itself, I can still go from Reaper to OBS to StreamYards by myself with all kinds of stuff, but not with other people. You would get your echo. So.
Okay.
But
Yeah, like when you were running my audio into Reaper from desktop, and I was getting the echo. Yeah, it'd be the same deal. That took a minute to figure out. That was weird.
So I try to do it where, I mean, of course you're not going to have other people when you're doing Reaper. I mean, OBS anyway. You're going to be doing solo. Although, if you ever tried, what was the thing we tried? What was that called? OBS
Prism?
Ninja. Remember that?
Oh.
We did that years ago when you were in there. You were in the video.
Yeah, I stopped using OBS. I mean, StreamYards is just kind of click and go. OBS used to be, and then they,
The quality, but
they upgraded it. And it's just a pain in the ass now.
Yeah.
I 3:30s last night. I did a live stream, maybe a little earlier. I set it up, with OBS. You can do everything in there. I set it up to link it to your account. It said 1:30. It ain't doing nothing. I had to relink it to my account again. I don't know why I have to do stuff all the time, redo things, and it can be a little buggy.
Well, I know that Richard and I have both had some growing pains with OBS when they've done updates, and
if you have a plugin, you have to find the update for the plugin.
Exactly. Yeah, so stuff stops working when they do an update. It's like you ruined something that was really great in the other version of it. So I've done that bouncing back and forth from version 30.002 right now. And it's working flawlessly. And the cool thing is, if you've got multiple cameras, you can click a button or step on a foot pedal and change, what people can see on the stream, which is what I like using it for.
Close your porn windows first.
Right. It makes sure
Just
you got
saying.
nothing up.
Just saying.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to let me do this real quick. I want to atmospheric. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna share this.
It's not good. I mean, it's bothering me right now. Like I'm trying to get it to straighten out. I got that little brace on it, so I don't know how long I'm going to sit here. Now I got to fucking move it, kick it out. But I'll go in Monday, and I guess they're going to stab me in the kneecap again. I don't know.
Fantastic.
Old
That
age
almost made me
sucks.
throw up.
Yeah, you'll hear me yelling from Kentucky.
Whew. What did you have? What happened to you? Did you just...
I'm just getting old. I don't know. Fluid on the knee, and then they have to go in and drain the. They stick a big fucking catheter in there and suck fluid out, and then they inject some.
Let me just pass out.
Anti-inflammatory.
Fuck now.
Mute. Ouch.
And the really funny thing is, before they jam that catheter in, they like freeze your skin so it doesn't pinch your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you do something about that needle under my kneecap, though? You bastard.
That's what I was thinking.
I know, right?
Jeez. That doesn't sound like any fun. Is it like an ACL injury, or is it?
I don't know. They don't. I wanted to get the doctor wanted to get an MRI, and the insurance, being insurance, says you just need to do 6 weeks of physical therapy, and then we'll see about an MRI. You got to play their game. So I think going back a second time, I'll see if he can get me an MRI to see what's going on. I mean, I don't want to do this every 6 months. Yeah, my breakdancing days are over.
Right.
Transplant.
I saw R2 said that. Pretty funny. That's what I was laughing at a minute ago.
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, the end of the month I get needles to my spine, so looking forward to that too. So I get that about every 4 months.
Do you get it? Can you hear yourself in your earphones? Hear yourself talk a little bit? I do too. Only when I do it when I have the mic track in.
The only good thing about the needles to my spine is they give me fentanyl and Versed, so.
You have a little bit of fun.
Quentin, I think you're faking. Real. It's an inside joke,
Yeah, I don't know what hurts more, my lower back or my knee. No, my knee hurts more right now. And I take Roxy's. You know what Roxy's are? doesn't touch my knee pain at all. So it's just
Wow.
suck it up. The braces really help because it keeps my knee straight, keeps my legs straight, you know.
I'm grateful that God gave me diabetes.
Oh, no.
I mean, I have to take 10 shots, 12 shots a day, but they're this big.
Yeah, right in the stomach. Yeah.
You can't, dude, you can't even feel it. I never feel a shot that I take. People are like, oh, that's such, no, dude, what a blessing in disguise. It keeps me from drinking too much or using dope and
You know
my
what
body's pretty fit.
You know what that is right there, right?
Type 2, right?
Oh,
That's metformin.
I have
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. Well, and you just reminded me. I spent the night at a buddy's house last night, and I played with the new Fender Tone Master pedal that we've all probably heard about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard about that.
Holy shit, you guys. I opened it up. He hadn't even opened it. I opened it up, plugged it in, plugged to left and right into his audio interface. He's got an 18i20 exactly like me. Hit that thing and built like 5 presets. I didn't even have to, zero instructions. It's like using your cell phone. Push a button, hit enter, and it does it. Dude, that thing.
Not like the Hill Explorer that we had.
I never went there either, but that thing, that pedal, but anyhow, I think I forgot to take my actually long-acting insulin. I got to check my blood glucose. It's been a busy morning so far. It's like, I don't like seeing that number.
What is it? What's your number?
211.
You got
211. I got to be honest.
You need to drop 100 points.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So
here it comes.
Yep, I'm going to take 5 units of fast acting. I'm going to take 6 units. I want to get it down quickly, so I'll probably get a little low in a little bit, but that's all I got to do. And I haven't taken the long acting stuff, but this is every day. I've had to do this since I was 11 years old, and it's like nothing. Yeah. If I got healed from it, every day I'd be going, what the fuck am I forgetting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all can't be gods like you are, too. No pills for me. Not even Tylenol. Flex.
I had blood clots. I had my gallbladder surgery like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and what turned out to be a 3-hour operation coming home turned out to be 8 days. And, so they had
no fun.
Because I got blood clots, and I had to take a needle. And I couldn't do it. I was going to be able to do it. They showed me the day I was leaving. I can't do it, but my wife stepped in. She was able to. Until my blood level, I just can't.
Well, I don't know if you can see where I cut my finger on an onion making pot roast the other day. It's healing. Yep. Luckily, it's on the side of my finger. It's not too bad, but
you can play still.
I had a CAT scan. It's okay.
Had a CAT scan.
It's all right. That's cool. Well, something I'd like to try if you guys are interested, and I'm gonna put the link back up in the chat if anybody else wants to join us. But I'd like to try what Ryan does on his channel and see if we can make that happen.
We're not getting any echo right now.
No, there's hearing nothing. And one mistake I made on Ryan's stream last week was that I had my microphone muted because I was worried. You know, I mean, if I creak in my chair,
acoustically,
right? But I have a compressor on my mic, so when I play my guitar, the mic is dead at that point, or it's ducked anyway. But I'd like to try.
Half the stuff I learned when Reaper is watching you.
Oh, dude. Well,
reroute. I like reroute. I'll use reroute, but I was trying to figure out how to get it from Reaper to OBS to Streamer. I just couldn't do it. It doesn't
yeah. You gotta, if you download Azio OBS plugin and put that into OBS, it'll reroute and give you. It's a great way, and that's how I'm doing it. But I'm not even using it. It's going into OBS right now, and I'm using the Azio input capture for that. But my audio is going straight from.
I couldn't get it to work from like using reroute to OBS to StreamYard, so I couldn't get it to work.
That's where you need NDI.
Yeah, right. That's what I want to get because I know you have if I remember correctly, it was all kinds of stuff you could do with it.
I'm not
Yeah.
using. I'm not using any of that, but I'm not using software for the guitar sounds.
Yours, everything's coming from external. He's has external, his RP. It's an external device. So even though it's hooked up USB, but
So Quentin, you're using an external audio face, and that's what you're sending to StreamYard. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm using. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm using the Go
that's-
XLR, and then the RP360,
That's your,
and that's it.
yeah, and it's
but you have
You
to
know-
keep it on specific settings so it works, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Ryan
He made
helped me get it all set up, and yeah.
Ryan's the one that gave you that audio interface. Is that, okay, I remember when that happened. Okay,
Yeah,
what a
Archie-
cool dude.
Archu gave me an older Scarlett, and I got with Mitch, and we tried to get.
You have a very
We tried to get bias effects running through, and it was just. I mean, after an hour and a half, I was like, "Dude, stop! I'm
his
done."
internet connection. I'm remoting his computers. Every just one.
Yeah, my computer's older. I got like a four meg
Your internet
upload, and
speed's not fast enough. It's just barely fast enough.
Yeah.
And when I came in there, it just killed everything.
Hey,
Let
dude,
me-
that's not bad. I mean, for YouTube,
yeah.
I mean, for YouTube, that's fine.
And how now with that tone, are you able to easily just push a button and change your guitar tone? Like if you were playing a song that went from a clean to a dirty, you can just it's like a foot pedal.
Yeah,
Is
I've
that-
got the extra 3-button foot switch right there, and then you can go up and down the presets, and I can turn stuff, on and off if I want, and
Yeah.
or I've got the editor, for it. Which, man, without the editor, I would have sold it 10 minutes after I bought this thing.
Right. And the editor
editors.
goes on your computer and you hook it up to the it's just
It's so much easier, and
ah.
because I had the
Yes.
Helix, rack with the foot controller. Hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it.
See, I
Mitch said-
had a Helix Floor, but I bought the software, which is almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
If you own a Helix device, normally it's $200. They had it on sale for $100. But if you own a Helix hardware device, it was on sale for $50. I bought that and sold my the hardware thing for $1,200, $1,100.
I want a free version of that
This
that
is the
Helix. The Helix
Yeah.
Native, I got a free version of it, and I gave that away to a friend of mine. I'm like, nah.
This is the patch from Eric. I still use that 90%.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
use his patch he made 90% of the time.
And Mitch, you're using what are you using right now for your tone? Is it Helix?
$116 guitar. Oh,
Right.
I'm using Helix Nave, and the patch is called Boston Pizza, made by Eric Broadbent. I think, did he work for Line 6 at one time?
No, he was. I think he
That's
got an
something to do with-
endorsement with them or something.
Yeah, there was a patch he made. I just use it
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear it again, Mitch. Let's hear
I don't like being too loud.
it. Nice.
Sounds great.
That's working perfectly now. That's
Yeah, I'm not a player like you guys.
oh, dude, you're doing fine.
You're doing just fine. You had that cello sound for a minute, but then it was guitar again, definitely.
I was thinking flutes, but
It's got.
R2 said they're going to do a
Sounds
show
great.
before the Super Bowl tomorrow.
I thought they were going to do one. Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Yeah,
Actually,
good.
I was just helping Charles back an hour ago. Another song.
Excellent.
I asked him if we were going to go in or something. He didn't think they were doing it. I said, no, I think they are. But anyway,
Nice.
I don't know if he's going to be on it. Charles is the guy with the gray hair, the white hair. He has a. I got him started with using Lander. Actually, he's got a Focusrite like 4i4, which has built-in loop back, but they were all getting the echo when he used it. I said, well, we can try Lander. So I remoted his. I did everything for him, guys, and it works. And he's got.
See, how come I don't have any problems with my loop back with my 4i4? I have a 4i4. I'm using Loopback into Reaper, and I don't have any echo.
Are you
problems.
using NDI?
But you're also not streaming. If you used it right now and talked, there would be an echo.
Okay.
That's what yeah.
Okay.
And to me, it seems like Lander and NDI are almost exactly equal pieces of software.
Right.
I think if you're comfortable with one, yours is working fabulous.
Yeah, but I still.
Mitch.
Well, what I like about NDI, I can have my 3 or 4 PCs and get audio from all of them and put it on this one. That's what I like.
Yeah.
That's what I did, or with video too.
Yeah.
I still got the free version of Bias Effects, but I can't use it.
Free version? I got that. I bought the $50. I just use this most of the time. I mean, Helix Native more than anything.
No, they had some 24-hour thing where somebody notified me and said,
Oh,
dude,
that's
they got
right,
it.
that's right.
They got it for free
Yeah,
for 24
you're right.
hours.
They
And
did have it for
free fits nicely into my YouTube budget. So I was all over that.
Yes, indeed.
100%. Fits into mine, too.
I saw that same offer, but I didn't do it just because my neural stuff works so well, and I can just plug into my old amp. And in fact, the song's on. I got and I can switch from one to the other with just switching a cable.
Well, I tried it with that interface that R2 sent me,
Yeah.
and it's not going to work. So I sent him some chocolate covered cashews, and then Ryan got mad at me because he didn't know I was getting those. He thought I was just getting popcorn, and he's like, I like chocolate covered cashews. So I got some new shirts made up, the Wooka 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 shirts. I'm still waiting to fucking get them. They're supposed to be here. I'm supposed to get something today. That's why I keep looking over that way, because that's my door. Does it help if I do that, because my door's that way?
Don't you have your tracking turned on in your phone with updates?
Nah, I didn't. I'm not going to. I feel bad sitting here smoking after fucking Marshall did all that shit in the guitars. I'm like, God, that's fucking gross, dude. Dude, I use some what is it? Here, hold on. Yeah. I'll clean some of my guitars off with this shit right here, and then fucking that nicotine comes off, and I'm like, yeah, that is kind of gross, isn't it? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Don't
That
let
stuff
Marshall see
was-
that. Hide that cigarette. Hide that cigarette.
Yeah, how's it? Well, I also admit I do smoke tobacco once in a while. I'm not a heavy smoker. Richard came and hung with me, and I don't know. I've smoked 8 to 10 cigarettes in a day, and that if I drink, that's definitely time for a smoke. So I'm not a non-smoker. But if you're smoking in a room with your guitars, and this one sat in a room with that dude smoking a pack a day or more
Yeah,
for
for 50
35 fucking years, yeah.
Dude,
The
what were
guitars-
what were you cleaning it with, like fucking lighter fluid and oven cleaner and fuck? I'm like, holy shit!
I love naphtha, though. Naphtha's great.
Yeah.
That's the lighter fluid.
I'll use that. My teeth look real good because I can pull them out and spray that shit on it, and run it under the sink. So that's
Yep. The only thing you got to be careful of is that it just doesn't melt the finish. And I had a perfect opportunity with the pick guard on that thing to test the spot.
Yeah, that's good. Because
So
I'm like, you're not putting lighter fluid.
Wait a
Is that a whatever type of clear coat? Is that gonna fucking bubble up? I guess not.
I checked it, man, and I ain't kidding you guys. You guys only saw like maybe 2 hours of the shit that I that was 3 full days of doing that exact set. I'd do a spot, hit it again, do that spot again, and the shit just kept coming.
Were you able to get it where it doesn't come off anymore? Or?
Yes. And I didn't stop until I reached that point on every millimeter of that guitar. And I buffed it out last night right before I came home.
You should get overtime for that. Overtime.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, gosh.
I had to do that with the Explorer and the Strat that I sold. I had to clean them real good. The Gretsch is upstairs. I'm not even keeping it down here because I'm trying to sell that.
I was gonna show you my
Somebody
show
just
you my
messaged me.
Reaper.
They want to trade me some type of Telecaster. I'm like, eh.
If you just wanted to see my Helix Native that I'm using, which it's using almost. The
I mean, I
same-
guess it's okay once you learn how to program it. I just couldn't get into it.
If you do it this way, if you use Helix, the software, it was easier. I never did anything on the Helix. I did everything on here, and it made it easier.
Yeah, so did I.
Yeah, but I never figured it out. Now Don Smith's 2 3/4 jams, he does it the opposite. He does everything on the Helix. So,
Yeah.
Now, dude, when your processor comes with a thumb drive or a manual, it's like, oh fuck, here we go.
And
Oh, sorry.
You know what was
Tiny screen.
oops, I got it on full screen.
There's my 2 tracks. The I
Yeah,
didn't name it yet, but that's guitar, and here's the mic.
yeah,
And I love Reaper. You know, I got a Mac 2 years ago. I
yeah.
learned how to use it. You know, even I got Logic and Final Cut Pro, but I still always come back and still rather do everything over here. Just I don't know. Nothing's wrong with that. I just like doing things with. I like Reaper better.
Yeah.
People knock me saying, "Oh, you know what you're talking about," but I don't know. I think he thinks it sounds. I think it sounds better. That's just me.
And I don't think I haven't ever noticed like going from when I used Sonar X1 back in the day, and then I jumped right into Reaper, and I was using I had an old Focusrite Sapphire Pro 40 audio interface, and I've updated that needlessly. Aside from the fact that the Focusrite the Pro 40 only had the FireWire output, so you can't hook it up to a new machine.
No.
So I had to update that, but I've never noticed a difference between one DAW to the next. I think, honestly, I really believe that that's more like in your head than it is actual.
Yeah. I'm just so used to Reaper. To me, it's just easier.
Yeah.
Not that
That's
Logic
it.
was hard, but I like Final Cut Pro for video editing.
Yeah. I'm still using Filmora. I bought it before they made you pay for it every month, so I own.
You know what's really? I use DaVinci Resolve, the free version.
Yeah.
Which has 90% of all of what you need. But you know what's really good? CapCut. And they have a free version, and they give you a lot of stuff, a lot of pre-built stuff in there. And now you can almost you don't need a green screen anymore. You can take the background out, even in this, in post.
Yeah.
And I have a green screen, but it was a pain, putting it up all the time.
Well, let's play a little riff. Let's play along with a little riff. Go ahead, Quentin.
I can't. This ain't gonna work because here, let me show you what I'm having to do now.
His leg.
I'm having to fucking sit up here, my legs stretched out that way, and now my elbows hold me up. I gotta go. I can't.
I have to take my dog out. I'll be right back.
Fucking getting old ain't for sissies, kids. I'm telling you.
That's for sure. That's
I'll
for
be right
sure.
You'll be better You'll be better when they do the MRI, man.
I'll be doing better once they jam some anti-inflammatories under my kneecap. So maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I know, dude. There's just ain't no trust me. Last time they did this, I peed on my steering wheel, but that's a whole different story. No, dude, seriously, thanks for having me on. I wish I could play a little bit. I can't. I gotta straighten out my leg, man. It just fucking hurts.
Totally understand.
I get it, man. Well, take care of yourself. Smoke lots of weed and take lots of fentanyl.
Fucking fentanyl. That's just some crazy shit, man. I do. Where am I? Here, hold on. There's a few of them right there. But they don't touch they help my back. They don't touch the knee pain. I don't know why. I mean, and I'm not going to take any more than what I'm supposed to. Fuck it.
Yeah. You get strung out on that shit.
Yeah.
It happens all the time, man.
Oh, I've been on this shit for probably 7 or 8 years, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm grateful to have diabetes, man, and that's it. God gave me that, and he said, you get nothing else except for a cold once in a while.
Yeah.
That's my life story, man. I'm 53, no back problem, no hip problem, no knees, no fingers, no eyesight. I mean, I've had bad eyes from the day I was born, and I can't hear shit because I played through loud guitar amps for way too long. But outside of that, man, I feel lucky and blessed. And I still have a little bit of my hair left.
Yeah, I can't complain too much. Yeah. I gotta go, man. I gotta get off my leg. Later, guys. Thanks.
All right. Have a good day.
Oh, man.
Let's try playing to a backing track. What do you say? Is Ruby ready?
Sure. Yeah. I did. I checked her tuning, and that seemed to be pretty close. She's making guitar sounds, so I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Let me see where we are here. Okay.
I gotta. Let's see. What time is it? I'm not I'm going to have to leave at some point because I was invited to go out to dinner tonight. I probably got an hour before I got to roll, so I got some time.
Okay. I'm just going to push play on this and see how it goes. And
Okay.
I'll see if I can direct, play, be an audio engineer, and
Oh, you'll do
talent
better
and
at it than
host.
I was. I promise.
we'll see how this goes, man. This is in E minor, I believe.
All right. See what happens.
E blues.
E blues. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
All right.
I don't hear a backing track.
Oh, you don't?
No, sir.
Okay. Hang on just a moment. Why?
I mean, I can make it up. I just let
No,
something play in my
no.
head.
Let me see. Why
It'll
is
sound
that?
epic. It'll be like
Oh.
Van Halen's Eruption, only, better.
Okay, I
That's
just
a joke.
I just figured out why I didn't have that added to the stream for some reason, like a dumbass. Here we go. I'm gonna. You gotta. There's so much you gotta remember when you're doing this stuff.
Oh, yeah. It's
So, you should hear this now.
Yes, I do.
There you go. It's kind of slow. Mitch, you want to take one, brother? It's just the E blues. We'll go, Richard. Take one. Take it for a ride, brother.
Okay.
We'll get you. Here we go, Mitch. You ready? Your mic might be. There we go. Unmute your mic in StreamYard. There you go. we go. Take it, Mitch. Nice.
What a finale. Great job, guys. Well, that was fun. That was fun.
Dude. It's working.
Yeah.
no-
That was
No-
the
no echo.
directing and sound engineering guy. Yeah, keep him. Yeah, fire that other fat guy that was doing it the other day.
Dude. Well, it's
That was
it's
great.
pretty easy
low,
when you
pretty low latency too. I mean, you're not going to get low, 100%, but sounds good.
Yeah, I could see like a timing issue with when you or when Richard or you would play, there was a little bit of latency. It probably sounded perfect to you guys.
Did to me, yeah.
Yeah, but there was like I don't know how you line all that
Well,
stuff.
I think they said it too on a Ryan stream. Like
Yeah.
when they're watching it live, like it looks normal for us. But when they play it back, you might see a little bit of latency. After the next day or something, the video is up on YouTube. I don't know, but it sounds pretty good. Still sounds pretty good.
I'm still super stoked with how well that worked, and it should do nothing but improve from there. And yeah,
You need to have a
absolutely.
pretty decent internet connection too. I would imagine for sure.
Yeah,
I'm-
my up down is usually somewhere between 80 and 100 megabits down and about 50 up. So, and that's wireless. We don't have any physical connection
I just
here.
reduced mine because my cable bill was so much money. But I get like almost 800 down, 800 megabytes down, and like 20 up, which still
Yeah.
should be fine.
It's still good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still good.
I think the minimum is like 6 for YouTube or something like that.
Yeah, no, that was super cool. And who
And
was that?
everybody's video
Was that
was
YT
really good.
Jam Tracks? Is that who I saw? I was looking at
let
the
me
name. Was it-
yeah, let me give credit where
just want
credit's
to give
due.
credit on that. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause that's a hell of a good backing track.
That was a nice one. It's really a simple one. This is the let me get that out.
Well,
of
it
the
is,
way.
but we all three have kind of different styles. You more, rock and metal, and Mitch more I don't even know what to call it. It was beautiful.
I don't
Mitch.
know what
I
I
don't know what to
I don't
call
know
it.
what I call it either.
And then me,
Trying to
I
find the
always
right
live in the
notes.
blues. It's no matter what I play, it's going to sound bluesy. Period.
Well-
it doesn't matter.
So this is the track that it was, and what I would say is that what I'm hearing from everybody is a lot of melodic playing. You're finding
Yeah.
chordal notes.
Yep.
I have
Exactly.
what's embedded in my mind is the Ionian, the major scale. I can't get that on my mind. You know, just everything's based on. Even though I'm doing the pentatonic, but I'll try to make a melody out of it. And I do all the notes in the major scale. That's
Right.
It's just that's the way my brain works. I get a little bored with it, but I have like trouble. Like if I wanted to put Dorian in it, or some of the other stuff, and I might get a little confused on. Like if we did that. Play. I guess it would have to be what E Dorian or E whatever or E not Locrian, but
That was
play fast music at lunch. That's the only way I can remember the modes.
oh okay. Well, it was E.
Mixolydian,
Technically, it was E Aeolian or E minor, the natural minor scale.
Okay,
that whole
okay.
thing. And I was watching where you were playing it on your guitar, and it was you
Yeah.
were playing the minor pentatonic. That's
Right,
like
right.
textbook. But
Yeah.
if you look at it as a major scale, if you know your relative minors and majors,
Yeah.
at that point you're soloing
Well,
in the
E
key
and
of
G.
G major.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I'm playing, I do a lot of that by switching, from a minor pattern, which would be, right. But I can also use the G major pattern that's right here and have like different accent notes. So that's like when I play, I think about. So
That's why you're a teacher.
Exactly.
and I learned this shit a long time ago. But as a kid, doing nothing else, all I did was learn music theory and learn how to use it to improvise. So that's been my life story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's a good
But
one.
It works. You guys interested in playing another one, or you got a key that?
I for some reason I like. Let me see. It's just it should be a clean sound. Let me.
That's all right.
Let me see if I can get a clean sound. Bear with me.
Yeah, make any adjustments. If you got anything you'd like to share, Richard. I don't know if I can play I could play from anybody I guess could. Okay. So, Mitch, you have a specific key that you like to play in, or a style?
D or D minor.
B minor.
D.
D as in dog. I can't hear your voice real well.
D.
D. Okay.
D as in dog.
D.
I can't get it loud enough.
Okay, we'll find one in D minor. Be nice to find something with a little more tempo. Give me a second here. So for
Well, you can do this. This is.
I haven't quite got that far yet. Working on it.
That's supposed to be that. Remember, everybody. Who was that? Cat and D. When I started doing stuff on YouTube. Remember that video? The guy from I don't know if he was from South Korea, and he just unbelievable. And this is probably 10 or 15 years ago. First time you ever heard anybody doing the sweep picking and stuff like that. But it was the chord, He's doing some fancy stuff. I don't remember what it is. But
Nice.
it's like the wedding song. I can't remember. But anyway.
Still working on that technique too. That pinch harmonic thing is.
for,
I'm
like,
getting better, but
Some kind of jazzy stuff. But it's not a fast thing. It's a clean thing. But anything in D.
Okay, hang on just a moment. I've got something. I'm just seeing if I can. I'm trying to get my amp sim. I'm messing with my amp sim. Come on. I don't like how this. I'm still getting used to how this. I got to get my window sizes correct. Come on. Really? That's the wrong. Give me just a second. We'll get going on this. We'll do a backing track
seeing
here.
what my guitar sounds like. I'm not in a hurry.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank
I'm
you.
trying to teach this thing to parameter. Oh, there we go. 6 toggle. Now I should be able to switch from a clean amp to a dirty amp at least now, I think. Yeah, there we go. So, well, that's not very loud. Okay. Let me turn this amp up a little bit. We'll make it bright. We'll give it some gain. Turn up the master volume. I know you can't see what I'm doing here. Really, but let's see. There we go. That's pretty balanced. Okay, this one is a D minor jam, and we should.
Back onto my Boston Pizza, which is my favorite.
What's that?
I'm going back on my Boston Pizza patch.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, let me see.
Here we go. And well, this is again, it's in D minor. It's a little more upbeat, I think, than the last one. And Mitch, we'll just let you take this one for a ride first. How do we?
Hold on,
Sorry?
I made everything too loud. Hold on.
Richard, I love that camera angle. That's sweet. That looks nice.
Yeah, that's my new one. Yeah, I like it too. My knees hurt. I'll answer that question before we get started. No, I have not built my crystal skull yet. Oops, I forgot. Wrong camera. I got this gifted to me.
That sounds really good. It's nice.
Yeah, sounds great, Mitch. So
Okay.
there's going to be a members only stream for that.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna do this on a members only live stream. So there you go. My knees hurt. I was gonna say that when I went live again, and I guess that's now. So
How much I screwed this one up.
You guys ready? All right, here we go. We'll give this another try. It seems like everything's working really good, and I am really grateful. And I know Mark Tanner is sitting there going, "Oh, thank you, God." I know.
it's Woodstock 3.
Everybody hearing that?
It's a little
Yes.
low.
Okay.
It's a
I
little
don't know if I can bring that up a little bit. That's one thing I can't do is turn the. Great mix.
Good. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds
Oh, I
fine.
gotta fix that. It's fast.
It's faster. There you go.
Nothing like making it easier. Whoops. Ouch. Nope. That's a little fast for me.
Take it away. All right, there you go. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Right. Just go slow. Slow and clean before fast and sloppy, right?
It's too much pressure. I'm kidding.
Right. There you go. All right, so check this out, Richard. It's in
right,
D minor. So here,
Okay.
this is what I do. In D minor, I know my root note of D is right here on the E string. So if you start there as a pattern that you just own, this is where root notes.
Right.
Yep. There you go. Nice. Very nice. frequency you're on, brother.
Again. Hang on.
There you go. Get some distortion on it. Put some stank on it. There you go. This is a cool one. Trying to find the chords.
Done torture.
Nice one. Nice. Looks wild. Now the guy's gonna take a solo. Very nice.
So one of the three of us needs to practice more. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
Was that from a tab, or was it coming from? Did you have one on a track in Reaper? That backing track.
That was on a tab.
Oh yeah, because I did have trouble hearing it.
The volume wasn't.
Yeah, it's yeah.
And that's probably due to the volume that it is on YouTube,
right,
and I had it cranked as loud as I could get it. And that's unfortunate that it is that way, but there you go. The volume wars are not over, right? Mm-hmm. We've all heard that.
I'll let them put them in a track and
switch my camera back.
Put it any way I want.
Yeah, but
it sounds good. I mean, especially when you play it.
Well, that was an interesting riff to watch you solo, because you were soloing using the D.
I was messing up. Yeah.
But regardless, yeah, you were soloing using a D major scale.
Yeah, and I wanted to leave them. When you said D minor, I said, "Yeah, I'm not in D minor. I got to move it down here." But
the thing is, when I was using D minor, I was hitting more bad notes in using the D minor scale than when you were using the pentatonic major and actual harmonically, diatonically correct.
Pretty good too.
Yeah, I was going, wow. So, it's interesting how backing tracks on YouTube, even though they say D minor, they aren't. I mean, there are no rules when it comes to it. Thus, music theory, not music fact, right? It's all theory. So it was really fun to watch you, you were switching between like the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic, and that's the shit that I think in melody and in solos, that's what separates the men from the boys. It's a classic 12-bar blues. Over the 1 chord, you use a pentatonic major scale, but over the 4 chord, now you go pentatonic minor, and it gives those again, I'm talking theory stuff that might be sounding a little bit.
I trying to wrap my head around it the last year. I mean, I didn't know nothing about the modes or,
It's
1-3-5 makes up the chord and all that stuff. I'm trying to learn all. And then you flat the third to make a minor, right? That's about all I know.
Yep.
That's about it.
Yep. Well, and with a chord that like that, with the progression like that chord is undefined. You can play that chord, and I can solo, and it's just a D power chord, which is exactly what that progression did. I mean, it's simple.
Yeah, I finally figured it out after.
Right.
But what is that?
the fact
So I
that
did have G and D right. Woohoo!
right.
I had G and D. Woo! I don't know what the third chord was, but I know I got the G and the D right. I'm excited about that because I've never tried to figure out chords before. Literally never until this moment tried to figure out chords in a backing track. Notes, yes,
Dude.
lots of times. But trying to figure out chords, I've never tried that, and I actually did.
That was a DFG, wasn't it? What you just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? So
Yeah,
the
let's
F
go.
is what I was missing.
Here's the progression. This is. Let me go back. Oh, hang on. Let's go back. It'll show you the progression.
See, Marsh, with your expertise, you could play it 100 different ways and it'll sound different and good.
Yep. Oops.
There you go.
Yeah, and I use modes a lot, but I try and do stuff that's dissonant. I use the flat fives and stuff in major scales and minor scales. But there's the chord progression, and so it's saying to use D Dorian in this moment. But if we go, I can't.
Which is the second mode of the major scale of the mode.
All right, so major sixth in the Aeolian mode. Then you got.
Well, I mean, I
Dorian.
can
So
C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, but it's a second to the C, and whatever.
Yeah, so it's telling you to use D Dorian over that whole progression, but that's
All right,
again.
so I could have done it. I could have played the. Well,
Yeah.
I think I was doing a little bit of the B and C and F, but not on the.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah,
It is,
that's not.
why it's. I like trying to. I don't understand it all, but I do try to pay attention to or learn a little bit of theory. I didn't know nothing about it a year ago, and I've been playing on and off for like 78 years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that old.
Yeah.
I'm not that 50 years.
I'm like,
Going
wait a
on 50
minute.
years. I'm almost 70.
Mitch
If
has found the fountain of youth. I'm just going to say
Exactly.
it right now. He's
I
been
want
playing
someone to
70
say-
years.
I don't drink. I don't smoke. I
Yeah.
just eat too freaking much. I don't know.
I just eat too much.
Right?
Apparently, that's
Both
a
my
good problem
parents,
to
my
have.
grandparents, they were diabetes, and I don't know how I'm not getting it. I mean, but I need to do something. I can lose weight. I just gain it back like the next day. I can lose 80 pounds just like that. 2 days it's back.
It's unbelievable.
I can't gain an ounce if I try.
Yeah.
I'm type 1 diabetic. That's a common thing. We're usually
a lot
pretty
of
thin.
kids I knew, juvenile diabetes. They were real thin. A lot of
Yeah.
kids I knew.
Thin but I will say this: my dad is not a diabetic. He's 84 now, and
Right.
if you stood us next to one another, you probably wouldn't be able to tell who was who. He's literally,
He's just thin, too.
yeah, he's
So it's
just,
in the gene. It's in the genes too. Yeah.
yeah. I got a genetic.
Everybody's heavy, but I got 2 brothers to 2 sisters. I got a sister. She just turned 80. She's in better health than me. She does the Pilates and all that stuff. And my younger brother, my older brother, he's got some issues, but he's 73. But he does good. He takes care of himself, and he's thin. I just can't. Like I said, I have this addictive personality. Thank goodness I don't do drugs or anything. But I just like to eat, and then I can lose this weight. I stop eating everything, and as soon as I have a taste of a little bit of sweet stuff, I just
Overdo it. Well, and Richard,
can't
Sugar is
stop.
addictive.
yeah,
It is. I mean, it
Yeah,
is. And
I've watched Richard. We've been pretty good friends now for
Right.
three or 4 years.
4 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. Yeah.
And when he came to my place, and I was like, holy shit, because he's controlling his diet, and
Right.
he's eating good stuff to eat and healthy stuff, and it's amazing. I mean, I don't want to make this out to be like that big of a deal, but it's cool to see literally see it over a span of time where Richard goes, hey, I want to do something about this, and he's doing it and controlling what he eats. And I tell everybody this: if everybody ate the diet of a diabetic and the way we have to eat in order to stay feeling good, boy, there'd be the weight of the country would definitely drop overall. That's just because we have to. I can't overeat shit, because if I do, it makes me feel terrible.
Me too, but I still do it, unfortunately.
Right.
Hey, Mark Tanner, is that better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You're definitely not too hot, so that's
You
and,
can.
Also, you're not going to hear this. I don't have ABS running. I made my own soundboard, but it's got to be through OBS. You know how Ryan's always playing those sound effects, but he's got everything's plugged into his rodeo podcast or two. But I made one on an OBS, but it broke. Just quit working. So I just did one through Windows where I can just pick it up through the, but I had to go through OBS. I don't have it running. Never mind.
Always teaching, like Marshall.
And I don't have my OBS set up right now with sound effects and stuff like that, but it would be really easy. And I'm also looking at getting one of those, although I can do keyboard shortcuts, so if I push the F key, it'll go.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
I haven't done any of that setup yet. I literally got OBS installed in all of the, OBS NDI plugins and the ASIO, and I've done all of that. Literally, this computer is identical to the old Shuttle, only it's 1,000 times, not 1,000, maybe 10, 20 times faster. I mean, that's really the big difference.
There you go, Rich. That's my,
Jeez.
It's almost 5 years old, but there's another one over here. This is the with the slower one. I plugged up because I don't have enough monitors. But it's doing good. It's a, I've been building mines. Been building mine since, I got into computers late. Well, for me, like 96, and then I guess 99 I started building it. I just build them ever since, but not all the time. Just every 4 or 5 years. And
that thing looks a lot like my guitar.
Oh yeah.
You're using Kettner.
I was going to say, is that a Hughes and Kettner? Yeah, that color. But what happened was I reinstalled Windows. I didn't put that. Do you have an ASUS board too, Richard, on your motherboard? ASUS. Is that what your ASUS motherboard? Oh no, you have ASRock.
Oh no, mine is Tai Chi.
ASRock. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't bother messing with the you have to these RGB software had to download one for Windows. I mean for the fans for the it's a Cooler Master case. Had to download one for the GPU card, and then another one and it was just a pain in it. So when I reformatted, it just stayed on those colors. I didn't bother putting this off. That's fine. I didn't turn it off.
Yeah. I don't screw with any of them.
Yeah.
I don't screw with any of mine inside. As a matter of fact, I went into the BIOS and turned off the ones that stay on in standby mode. I didn't buy this board for RGB. I bought it because it was the best value that worked with the fastest chip I could afford when I built this computer. 100%. Why? Now the price has come down on that 5600G. I'm going to upgrade to that. That's the best chip this can take. And then I'll keep my eye open for one of the early RTX GPUs, and that'll be my upgrade to this, because I'm using a GTX 1060 in this computer.
Yeah, that's an older card. Yeah,
old.
It's a 27.
It was new when I put it in, but it was old technology.
Yeah. But it's still fine. I don't do nothing. I don't games. I don't need the best.
Yeah.
But on the other one, I don't have no RGB at all. But this one, I had so much. I mean, so many problems. Like the RAM wouldn't run at the right speed. Every time I had it on the right speed, every now and then it wouldn't boot up. Yeah. So and then it would boot up the second time. But it's got these. I got these lights in here. It tells you, it goes through these series of things, and if it hangs on one, let's say the green might mean GPU, but it was always memory, right? And there's software you can test your memory. It always passed. Then what I did was they both use the same memory, so I took the one out of the little lesser machine, put it in this one. I wasn't getting those errors anymore. Then I replaced. I bought new RAM. It's been all right. And I put the bad RAM back in the old one, and it was doing the same thing. So now I got all new RAM, and both of them are running good. But BIOS updates. I had a ton of BIOS updates on this.
I thankfully have only had one. Now I do have the dual BIOS.
It
on
runs.
this board,
it's solid as anything now. But when I first got it,
I've never had to screw with it. I updated it so that it would run the AMD4 new code because it was the right socket, but the code in the old BIOS. So I updated that, and I haven't touched a BIOS since. That's worked flawless.
Since it's been running good. I don't think I've updated it in a year, but I don't have any issues now. But what else did I? But doing the RGB, it looks nice, but it took me longer to tape off, to get all the wiring out so the case closes right.
Yeah. We actually have. I think we have the same case. I think I have the Cooler Master. I could have water cooling in it if I wanted to, but I didn't.
Yeah, this is Cooler Master. I got a big scythe. It's a huge. It's hard to see, but this thing,
Yeah, it's. You were showing us. I think it's
this
the
fan
same
is
case.
huge. Look at. See, that's the fan.
Yeah.
It's huge.
I have the same. I have that same fan setup on mine. Yeah, we have the same case, Mitch.
It's a Cooler Master. I forgot the name of it, but it's big. I wanted something big. So
it's huge, huge.
Yeah, there you go.
And then Marshall has this. That's the size of a fucking guitar pick.
At work,
and it's faster.
At work, we had it's faster than any of our stuff. When they came out with that 13 gen chip, they were really, really good. Oh, did you have a toaster? Did I see a toaster on your desk? You got some hard drive on your Marshall. You got some hard drives in a thing. Yep, I got two of those. I got two of them.
Yeah, I got a toaster right behind me.
I call them toasters.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're good.
Your
muted, mic's off.
Marshall. Your mic's off.
Sorry, I was muted.
That's
this thing has a 1 terabyte M2 drive in it that my system is on. I installed a blank 1 terabyte solid state drive in this.
Oh, really? You were able to get in there and do that?
Yeah, they tell you they show you how to do it right when you open the manual. And then it also has room for one more M2 drive that I could buy that could be 10 terabytes if I wanted, however big they make them. I can stick that in there and 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. I mean, this thing is fucking smoking fast. And
I've got 32 gigs of DDR4. So.
Yeah, that's what I had. DDR4, both of them.
Right. And I don't honestly, I don't know the difference of those, but I plugged this into this USB port right here, 3.0.
Yep.
And it reads shit off of this thing like
done.
It doesn't even, it's almost like it's the operating system drive. It is amazing. I can open it. So
yeah, I run software that tells you how fast things are. And these newer drives, if you get a new Gen 4, the M.2 on all that stuff, and the newer.
I have an M2 in this one, but it's
I do too.
It's the long. It's
but
the
it's
long
Gen
one.
3. It's a Gen 3. Yeah, it looks like it's sticking memory. Yeah.
Yeah. These things are dinky. They're little teeny ones.
Yeah, you got the new gens. Those are awesome. I can't believe how small those drives are.
But they're fast. I think they're up to 5,000 or 7,000 megabytes a second. I forget. I don't know.
Yeah,
so fast.
I think the only thing that I might run into with this, which I don't even know because I haven't, even with the machine that I bought that failed on me, I didn't really do a lot of video editing. That's the main reason I got it was because I was doing a lot of video stuff on YouTube, and Mark Tanner and I were recording a lot of stuff, and we were trying to make well-produced videos, and it took a long time on the old machine. And that new one, I did render one video, and it went like it was 2 times real time. It took more than that. It's 5 times real time. I don't know if I'm going to get the same. I know this thing will be faster. But
you use Wondershare. I don't think it's going to be. And I used a demo before, and I don't think it's as intense as like on DaVinci Resolve. It says I need the dedicated graphics. So it wouldn't even run. I had a DaVinci Resolve 18 is out now, but 17 or 16. It wouldn't. I had a laptop with a built-in NVIDIA card, but it only had 2 megs. It wouldn't run with when I put 16 on there. It would.
didn't.
DaVinci Resolve, I couldn't run it. The older versions, but But I don't think you're going to have. You use that Wondershare, Filmora Wondershare. I don't think you're going to have any problem. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
When you make it. All right. My wife said, "When are you going to eat dinner?"
Dinner.
I said, "When you make it." So.
Mitch, where are you located in the world?
I'm about 15 miles east of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Ah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, Hanover, Pennsylvania. It's supposed to be the snack capital of the world now. You know why I'm fat. So if you ever heard of Utz potato chips, Snyder's pretzels, and that's all here.
I eat Snyder's pretzels. Thank you very
and
much.
then we got 45 miles. We got Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hershey, Pennsylvania, where all the chocolate capital is. Yeah.
The chocolate cow, yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't do anything anymore. Just stay home.
Yeah.
I'm 68, and my wife is 4.5 years older than me. So we just stay. We don't do stuff. Stay home.
Yep. It's interesting. This last week, you mentioned that. This last week, I've actually done a couple things going outside the house. I went down the first time Richard came over and visited me.
Right.
We went to the hideout and had dinner, and ran into some people we knew there.
But you're still jamming with people though, don't you? You still jam though, don't you? Play with people sometimes.
Yeah, I get to go to an actual open mic where people get up on stage, and I went to that Thursday night also. So I went to the bar on Wednesday and just sat there and had a beer and watched people shoot pool, and hardly anybody said a word to me. I was just sitting there looking like this weird old guy, right? Went to the open jam Thursday night, and almost nobody was there. Really? Yeah, so that was kind of disappointing. But then last night I went out and visited Dave and Susie, and Dave just got the new pedal and got his computer all updated and did it. It's just working. So I've been doing stuff. I spend way too much time here, which, I have a good time with it. And like stuff like today where I get to actually talk to people. This is really cool. I enjoy this kind of time.
What state are you in? I always get mixed up. Wwashington or Oregon?
No, I'm Oregon.
Yeah. Oh, really? We had
We
had a facility out. My company had a facility out there. It was in. I can remember the name. It was. Can't remember the name of the town it was. But I worked for the company. I mentioned it earlier. I don't know if I said it in here. Toby Keith just died recently, the other day. Well, I made the solo cup song. I worked for the company and made those cups. And but we had a facility. It was, I was there 46 years. And we were bought out, I don't know how many times. But it used to be called Maryland Cup, and I can't remember the name of it in Oregon.
Well, there's Hillsboro, there's Beaverton, there's Portland.
I think it was North Oregon. I have to look on. I can't remember the name, but they closed down a long time ago.
Oh,
but we made those cups, and they did that song. My company had nothing to do with it, but it was like free advertising. Then he had a group of restaurants in Oklahoma, Toby Keith, right, or is under his name, and we made red solo cups with TK on them. And then I don't know, it went out of business, and then we get a lot of giveaways. I had a lot of those cups, and here's my dog right here. I don't know if you can see. Anyway, and but I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Tone King. He's been around a long time.
Oh yeah,
he does reviews right on Friday nights. So I sent them some of those cups because they said had the TK, solo red cup, but had the TK on them. So I sent it to him. You can use TK. He never showed them on the show, but I didn't want anything in return or anything. But he sent me a bunch of pics, Tone King pics. He sent me a chicken pic, which I really liked, and I lost it.
Chicken pic. Dang.
Yeah, I like a chicken. Yeah, I mean, not that I'm trying to sell that. I thought I was going to learn how to play some country.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to sell that one. If anybody's interested in the
Oh really? This is a American Pro Fender American Pro Telecaster.
Maybe we should swap because I'm actually looking for
one inquiry in about 12 days on it so far.
Yeah, I haven't had any hits on this either. I'm hoping summertime will bring them out of the woodwork. I don't know.
They go $16.99 new now. I didn't pay that for that, but this is the Pro one. But I got it up to 1,000. Yeah, I have it on Facebook Marketplace for $1,000, but. But I always somebody.
Yeah, I think a Telly is
like
my
3 or
next.
4.
I think that's going to be my next procurement.
Then my here. Let me
Telly?
get my Telly. I mean my strap. Let me get my strap.
I was looking real hard at a single pickup one. It was a reissue of one that like a 51 or a 50 or something. It was I don't know what it was called, a Telly Junior or some shit. I'm not a guitar expert. We all know this, but anyway, I saw it on.
When I got back into playing,
beautiful.
I knew I was going to retire soon. So back in 2015, after not probably playing for 10 years, I said, I know I'm going to be retiring in a couple of years. And at 59 and a half, you can take money out of your 401k without getting penalized. So I did that. You pay it back. Yeah, no, my wife did that when I told her.
Right.
She was crazy. But so
I
got
knew you were
this.
married,
This is
man.
this is American Deluxe Telecaster, and this thing,
That's a strap.
I mean Strat, and it plays really good. I don't do nothing.
That's the wrong color, but that's very much Ruby right there. Mine's an 09 Deluxe. Very, very similar
2015.
guitars.
And the local music shop, the mom and pop shop, I got. So I got back into playing, not knowing in 2015. You got that from what's his name, Dave, right?
Yeah, I got this.
Dave
Yes,
Levine.
I got it from. Yeah. This is way modified. This isn't what it looked like
Right,
originally. Other than it was a single humbucker, but
Does that have the
bridge
warmest
has been
neck on it?
changed.
Did he change the neck on that? Did he change the neck on that?
Yeah, it's a
likes that
fender neck,
warmest?
but he put.
Oh,
This
really?
is a fender
This is a
neck.
Fender, okay.
It's a fender neck, and it's actually correct or close to correct to what would have been on the guitar originally. But he bought the body and put the neck on it, and then it's got Seymour Duncan. I've got all the specs written down somewhere,
yeah.
but
Never in my life.
this is a one and done guitar.
Why would I need more than one guitar? If you can see, I think I got 15. I just start doing this YouTube stuff, and then everybody's got more than one guitar. So the last year, I've been looking at these reviews, watching people do reviews on these cheap guitars. So that other one I was just playing, it's a $116 guitar I bought.
I love cheap guitars.
And so I got it last year. I bought a lot of cheap guitars. I've been following this guy on YouTube for about a year, the Ball Shredder, and so he's got a lot of quality videos up there. But he recently started doing live streams, and he didn't know how to get his DAW. I helped him and doing all his stuff, and for helping him, showing him how to use OBS and get it. He sent me one of these guitars. Not this. He sent me like a Telecaster, off-brand one, but it plays good. Just for helping him, I thought that was really nice.
Yeah,
But
that's
the Ball
cool.
Shredder,
Cool.
he's really good. He's a young guy. Well, young to me, in his early 50s, but he does these reviews on these cheap guitars, and he writes all his songs for whatever he's reviewing. He writes all his stuff, and he don't play covers. And he's a shredder. If you look him up, the Ball Shredder. Richard James. He is, really good. I'm just a real pleasant guy. The Ball Shredder, and he's never owned a Fender or a Gibson, and he won't. And he plays such great, if you like fast, alternative picking stuff and arpeggio stuff. You couldn't tell if he's playing on a $50 guitar or $5,000. It sounds like
Marshall
Right.
can tell you about
Yeah.
my what was it? What your friend? I gave it to your
Glary.
friend. That Glary, yeah, that was a
Right,
fucking
right.
great guitar. That
Yeah.
thing
Really?
it needed a setup, but there was nothing wrong with that guitar other than needing a setup.
Yeah, thank goodness now I can do my own. I can do all that stuff now. My own
Thanks to
stuff.
Marshall,
the
so
basic
can I.
stuff.
If I ever get my
Yeah, but I bought stuff. I don't know about doing a fret job. I just too many horror stories. I have stuff to do it now. Now I might do it like a single fret or something, but I'm afraid because I did have a high fret on. What's that? I got to eat, boys. I got to go eat.
You
time for
lucky
you to
dog.
eat.
Yeah. But
He
thanks
is
for
don't
having me.
overeat, Mitch.
It's too late for that. Too
I
hot
encourage you.
dogs.
I always got your back, brother.
If you look at my videos, you'll see I'm like a toothpick in some, fat in some, toothpick in some, and just back and forth like a.
Hey,
so.
man.
Well, Marshall, thank you for having me. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I appreciate you coming
fun,
on today.
Mitch.
It was nice to actually speak with you.
Yeah.
Finally,
I know I
It's been
tried to
long
help
enough.
you a while back with when you first had that trouble with your. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention the names.
No, that's fine. You don't have to. This little thing took its place very well so far.
The thing is, I inherited a few HP computers like along the line.
Yeah.
I would just fix them up a little bit. They ran fine, but
Never had a problem.
they weren't high end like that though. Not
I just chalk it up to I got a lemon, and it taught me a lesson in how patient I truly am.
Right,
which is about that much. God give me patience right now, you know.
I used to fix PCs on the side when I was working, and a lady I worked with in the office, she had trouble with her computer not turning on, whatever. They said it. They told Best Buy. I'm not going to mention any names. Best Buy. They said it was a motherboard that went up. We could replace the motherboard, or we can just get your data off for like $400. I said, no, don't do enough. Let me look at it. It was her power supply. That's all was wrong with it. Not the motherboard. I put a new power supply. It was fine. Yeah. So that's why I don't trust. I do all my own stuff. You know. I don't solder though. I know you solder, but it's it's. Or when you're building a computer, you just plug it in stuff and install Windows. That's it. There's nothing to it really. I mean, doing the stuff with the BIOS can be a pain, but I like doing it. So.
Well, I have a nice big box here that I could probably build one with now. But I'll strip everything out of it just to make sure nothing
I thought you
remains.
would, since you do all. I mean, you do amps and you do soldering. I thought you would like building your own.
To be honest, man, I ordered this thing and it showed up in my house 3 days later.
Yeah, I know. It's
and I turned it on and it fucking worked. And I didn't have to do
exactly what it should.
That's what when I need. You know what I do? When I need new strings, I just buy a new guitar because I don't feel like changing them.
That's a good. And it's something that now that I've been through this enough and have had to get into the BIOS and try and fix a broken machine, man. The help that I've received from yourself and Mark Tanner, and getting in there and trying to get stuff, I feel like the challenge would be like minimal at this point. I could probably build one just by.
So your audio was cutting out. Is that what the main problem was? Yeah.
It would not play well. The second day after they've refurbished it twice, they replaced the power supply. Then they replaced the motherboard. Then we did the whole rigmarole with HP sending me the little boot disk or whatever. Mm-hmm. It did Windows update like the day after I turned it on, and that day I'd be talking and then everything would go silent. Right. Watching a YouTube video, and I was like, at that point,
so this is using your Focusrite, right?
Yeah.
It didn't matter which USB port you used; it still did the same thing. Okay.
No. And I plugged it in and I did all that. And Mark was working with me on it. He's like, I think it's in the wrong USB port and all this. And
it's going through. They're not all, some are faster than the others. And
and this is a USB. The other thing is I plugged this into my laptop. Worked flawlessly. Same Windows version, Windows Pro, 11 Pro.
Right.
I just had enough. I'd had enough. Nobody's ever going to have to deal with that thing again. And I'm glad about it. So now this thing is... This little cute little thing.
I might consider it. I might consider something like that.
Dude, for the space that it takes and what I'm seeing out of this thing right now, and the price. I mean, if you built a computer, it would cost you more in parts.
I might probably do an i5, maybe an i5. I don't know about with 32 gigs of RAM though. Maybe 16.
Yes.
All right, I got to go. Nice meeting you. Thanks for having me. I guess the first time we ever did anything together, Rich. You all have a good night. I'll probably
do it again
later. See you guys.
Have a good night. Yes, I am 100% using this little mini PC, and dude, I couldn't be happier. This thing is badass. I mean, I'm shocked. It's just doing everything.
You deserve it.
Dude, it's doing everything I hope it would do, and I've had zero problems with it yet. Any little glitch that I've experienced, it was something that I did. Like I was trying to do something the other night. I was doing multiple things, and I clicked to install something. Well, the little window popped up in the bottom that you have to hit yes to allow
Yes,
this.
to allow it to do it.
And I was trying to do other stuff, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get it. And I just went, oh, okay. Just started closing windows and went, nothing. It's been, yeah. Let's see. Oh, and Brad, okay. Sounds all of a
Brad
sudden.
had some.
God, dude. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know what your Acer is, and I don't know how much you paid for it, and it's probably a laptop, I would guess. But this little thing, Brad, oh, dude, this is astonishing.
So far seems
and
to be working great.
Yeah, and I'm not going to give it my 100%, go buy one, because I haven't had it long enough to even tell anybody you should get one of these, really. But so far, Brad, this thing has just been bulletproof. So far, it hasn't done. It's done everything and more than I expected. So the setup of it was so sweet. So yeah, and a refund. Let's see. You Vanzini.
I haven't been there in years.
Yeah. Let's see. What I bought. No. What did I buy there? I didn't do a lot of business with Portland Music because I usually went to Apple. And by the time Apple closed down, I owned everything that I needed, so I didn't really go to music stores very much. I was kind of done. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it just works. That's what we all need. And see, that's something that I can do with this thing is I could buy a touchscreen monitor and be able to do all that stuff. But honestly, I haven't used a touchscreen monitor with an actual computer, so I'm kind of like, God, do I really want to?
I'm so used to using my monitors with my mouse and keyboard. It would be for my desktop setup, it would be a difficult transition for me to get used to on my phone, on my tablet, absolutely. Touchscreen 100%.
Yeah.
But if I were going to add a controller to this system to be able to do touchscreen from there, that I might consider doing. Just for being able to scene switcher, things like that. It's still, this mouse is great. It's a pain in the ass to have to reach for it.
Yeah,
I just want to click a button. I just want to move a slider. It's so much faster and easier for me.
Well, something that one of our good friends does is he has a touchscreen monitor that sits on his desk. And it literally, when he opens up Pro Tools, it's like having a mixing console right in front of him on his desktop.
Oh, wow. That's
so he can run his whole, from the touchscreen, he can operate Armor Tractor,
that
record,
would work for me, just like
that.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I might have to talk to that friend. Wait, I think I heard you do.
You might know this guy.
Yeah, I might know him.
Outside of adjusting EQs, yeah. Let's see. Touch monitor for DAWs. See, and here he goes, says it's useless.
Right.
And I remember he was trying to do it with, because but JamPro does some pretty complex stuff. I think we all do in our own ways.
He's pretty deep down in there.
The level that I'm like, okay. But his stuff works. And the guy is
still want to hook
amazing.
this back up and try and program it again, because I've made it forget everything. I took everything, all the USB controllers except Focusrite, all the USB MIDI from that we put in there. I took them all out because that Nectar fucked up everything.
Yeah,
that Nectar is broke. It took over all of my MIDI, and then it wouldn't even work. But it turned this into a keyboard. Play the piano, except it wasn't linear. It was like, middle C is here, and then the next octave down is here, low C. It
couldn't.
Dude,
it mapped everything that was just totally
it mapped
wrong.
everything on, and this is a different controller than the Nectar. Whatever software it used with Windows remapped everything MIDI. So I just made it forget everything. I think I'm safe with the Focusrite one because I've never hooked a MIDI up to that, so it's never been changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna connect up the old Radeon 49. I want a longer keyboard, but the Radeon just works. And then I was using that with this APC Mini, and we got some of the sliders working for things I wanted to do, and it works. I already own it. I don't have to spend a dime for it. I just need it to program right. You know, I would love it if I could figure out how to get Reaper to turn on the lights in this, but it was designed for Ableton. It can be used with Reaper, but the APC Mini was designed to be used directly with Ableton, and I don't like Ableton. I tried.
Yeah.
I don't like Ableton.
I've tried Ableton a little bit. I've messed with them just a little bit, but I don't know. And I've had to help people get like Reaper working, or not Reaper, but like sound cards working with Ableton.
Yeah.
So all that stuff's a slightly different path that you kind of have to take to get it to do, like use a Focusrite 2i2.
Yeah.
And you know what Great Vanzini just asked, this is something that I'm really enjoying about this new machine, is that my Novation keyboard that's sitting here, even with the shuttle, and I think it's because of that mapping, the mapping shit that happened to you.
Yeah.
Like on the shuttle, I would select this as an input for a channel on my in Reaper.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't register. And I'd had to go into my device settings and tell it to turn the device on. This thing, I literally turn the plug-in on. I mean, it just does it. I don't have a bunch of extra propeller head, this sort of mapping. It doesn't give me 8 different impulse. I go open it up and I go to my input, literally on this thing. Here's my synth. Here's my synthesizer. I go down here and go input MIDI, Novation. That's it.
Yeah.
On the other one, I had to. Shit. So I don't know.
Which is what I had to do with this one. We had to go into device controls and settings because you helped me get this as far as it did. And I just bought the wrong thing. It's my fault. I knew what I wanted. If I had this to do over again, I'd be looking at like a Stream Deck or an Elgato deck or something like that to do what I want this to do, because it's more designed to do that.
Yeah.
So, live and learn. I have a lot of useless, expensive equipment.
Yeah, that's like a piano keyboard. And you've got a keyboard, MIDI keyboard there, don't you?
Yeah, I have the Nectar that I won't connect back up again because there's something wrong with that.
That's the one, the Nectar. Okay.
And then I don't know if you can see, it's right next to it. It might be too dark, but right here is that old Radeon 49, the M Audio that I had first. That thing is fucking tried and true. It just fucking works. But I don't have room for it right yet. So I'm gonna build a little folding stand out of it's actually for a snare drum. But I'm going to use it dual purpose to be able to set that keyboard on, and also that little Yamaha DD50 electronic drum kit.
Yeah.
I can set that whole thing on it, and then I can set it on a stand right here. I can play it. I can move this camera over there and have it shine at it. I don't need to do the other steps I was going to do before. Before I was going to try and put in a slide out panel underneath of my desk or underneath of my bench and have that. I don't need to do that now. I can get one thing for $50, put a platform on it, and now I can set whatever I want on it, and I'm done. And I can take it up and down in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
And I have enough space that I can put my MIDI keyboard over there, and if I'm using it to record, I slide it right over here, right in front of my computer, and I can reach everything, and I can start and stop and be the engineer, the producer, the performer, the guitar player, the singer, the keyboard player, the synth programmer guy, all at once. it's kind of like what I'm doing here, only I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah, Mark, but let's not get too crazy here. We're talking about it. Let's just let the Yamaha DD50 be a drum machine. Okay, let's let me do this on that. I don't need to program it to be a MIDI controller. I just want it to make drum sounds. Boom, boom. Boom. What are we racing?
It's a small town. The guy's penis is that big.
Yeah, about that. I was gonna say must.
I
be
saw
small
it.
penis.
I could see it looking out the window. It was frightening. Yeah, and you know that question, you could set the Yamaha up as a MIDI controller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I know it's MIDI and all that, but I just because technically I could hook it up through the Focusrite. It has the old school MIDI connections right on it, and I can run it through there. And that's how I actually planned to use it as the drum kit. Was just to plug it into the back of the Focusrite and use that final input. That's the only input, and technically that's an in and at least he won't run over it. That's the only input I'm not using on the 4i4 is the MIDI.
Yeah.
So and all the others, the line and all that, I'm using. So
I don't use I've only used the MIDI input on this. I can't remember why I even used it. I think it might have been, my neighbor that lived upstairs from me at the old place had a MIDI keyboard, and that's the only type of output he had. And I ran that. That's like the only time I think I've ever used a MIDI on this audio interface. Everything else MIDI is just plugged into a USB.
Well, yeah, but see, the DD, I don't think the DD50 has a USB MIDI. I think it's only the old school
5 pin or 7 pin.
The M Audio will right. The M Audio I think will do both. But I'm kind of out of USBs on my computer now.
Yeah.
Because I've added another camera, and I mean I still have the expansion strip, whatever you call it, the Atola USB thing.
Yeah.
But
and you don't have any Thunderbolt inputs on your.
Not on this one. The motherboard that I bought didn't have any. Did not have a Thunderbolt option. Like I said, at the time I was kind of budget minded. And I had a max that I was willing to spend.
Still you must be huge. No pun intended.
Yeah, that was actually
huge.
Oh my god, I forgot what I was fucking talking about. That's hilarious.
The MIDI and USB 4 and under the Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah, the expansion that way. So it makes more sense at this point, since that's got those inputs, to just use the MIDI input that I already have. I don't have to add anything else in. It's already there. It's already recognized by the whole system. I know Reaper can see it. I know the computer can see it. And all it needs to be is a drum kit. It's not like the APC that I want to make into an actual controller to do different things.
Yeah.
So,
and with that in mind, with the MIDI, with the Novation keyboard that I got, it's nice because it's long and it's a real piano-sized thing. It's just not 88 keys. Mm-hmm. I don't have and it's not. What do they call it? Weighted. It doesn't have weighted keys.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel, but it's close. It's got like what they call semi-weighted, so it's not like a spring. Yeah. It does feel pretty good to play it, but it's not like a real piano. But I can use that to program drums using EasyDrummer.
Yeah.
I literally open up EasyDrummer and tell it to use that device as its MIDI input, and you look at the screen and it'll tell you. It shows right on the keyboard: kick, snare, rim shot, snare. Wow. It doesn't change.
I think that'll be the next MIDI I buy. Will be that Novation. That thing's performed well for you. It's a little on the expensive side, but like I said, I have a lot of useless expensive equipment. So why not start looking for something more useful.
Yeah.
It's still coming, isn't it? Your H2 guy.
IR2.
IR2. Yeah.
I spoke with my salesman from Sweetwater, and he didn't give me a date of when I should even expect it at this point.
Wow.
And
something went wrong.
Here's another thing it's. I mean, I love Boss and I love their products and I own a bunch of it. And this business model, what they did with the IR2 and selling them when they did and telling people they would have them and then something going wrong. I don't know what went wrong. If there's an ocean liner sitting out there between here and Japan, someplace that couldn't get to Seattle for some reason or Portland for whatever reason that might be. Maybe the oceans were rough. I don't know.
The anchor's stuck in the Marianas Trench.
That's what it is. It's got the water was just too damn deep, and they can't get here. But I still haven't seen it. And here's another kind of cool thing that happened this week, which yesterday, in fact, my singer vocalist from my band sends me a text. Hey, call this guy Greg home. He wants to book us. Okay, because I'm the booking agent for our band, and I want Scott to deal with it. They sent him. I called this guy, I called him on the phone, and he goes, "Hey, you remember me, man? We met you at Marcy's when you guys played inside when you thought you were playing outside. The night you were there, Richard.
Oh yeah,
at Marcy's in Walla Walla. You were sitting. You met him. His name's Greg, and his wife. They were sitting right there. You guys.
Was he sitting right behind me?
Dude,
I know who he is.
That guy.
That guy is great. What a card. Anyway.
He sends us a message yesterday, and I call him, and I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, hey, my wife's birthday is next Saturday, and we really want to hire you guys to play for us.
Wow.
He's like, you guys were so cool. So that was such a neat conversation to have with him. He's like, we loved you guys, and she loves every song you guys do. Well, here's the dilemma, is that our bass player, Jacob, who you got to see him and hear him play. And, how fantastic that dude. Well, he's moved to Los Angeles now. He doesn't live here anymore, and he obviously can't do the show. But we have a new bass player already. We've never rehearsed with him.
It's typical for you.
Brace yourselves. So, and this guy, he plays in a band over there called Shank's Pony in Walla Walla. They're based in there, a country style band, and he's played a lot of blues. Anyway, I sent everybody a note and said, hey, Daniel, how do you feel? We're not going to be able to rehearse, but I will sit with. So, right now, all I'm waiting for is to hear back from our drummer who doesn't know if he can get the day off of work, which if he can't, his job's got to be safe and we'll just cancel. We won't do the show. Right. Or we'll try and find another drummer that could sit in. Just a fucking drummer, anybody can do that.
Except me.
Odd joke, but anyhow, so we might be booked next weekend, and I'll probably find out today at some point. Jason's just making sure that. Yeah, so
I fucking love that guy. I've had such a good time bullshitting with him and talking about stuff. He was just great attitude, funny guy. Yeah. Yep.
Jason.
Adventure.
Yeah, Jace is really a cool dude. It's funny because we both kind of fight the same bugs with regard to our frame of mind. We get a little bummed out. So we talk back and forth once in a while, and he'll just send me a note that just like, oh, God, why am I feeling like this, And I do the same thing. He's great. We as a band, the four of us, at this point, we don't know how but he seems like, I've talked to him on the phone and messages. He just seems like such a cool dude. And he's a fucking fantastic bass player.
Good. So we're not worried about talent, and it's just mostly how's he going to fit? How's the mesh?
Yep.
Vaporware. What is vaporware for somebody like me that doesn't know what that means?
I'm trying to catch up on that. I was sitting there talking. Yeah, and I can't wait to get the IR2, man. That had another Sire. Oh, man. Yeah, it's amazing. It seems like I know a lot of people that are having stuff that they've ordered or paid for that they're having to wait on stuff. So the whole point of that long, blown out story was that I'm going to have to use the Hughes and Kettner one more time at a gig.
One more time,
Oh,
darn.
shucks.
That
Dang.
thing's such a piece of junk,
Oh, it's a
especially
pain.
live.
Gosh, it just sounds terrible. And it's so hard to set up and program. And I got to step on pedals to make sounds change, and it's not just clicking with them. Anyway.
Yeah, Bill, you may be right. I think that's entirely possible that they overpromised and underdelivered.
Yeah.
That's not uncommon in today's industry.
Yeah.
Sadly, customer service is. I knew he would answer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I can think of it, not a vaporware thing, but pink
quad
sauce
quartz.
stuff is amazing. Now, I like to do a lot of cooking stuff, and this stuff is called pink sauce. I have actually a bottle right
What is it?
there.
Oh,
It's called pink sauce. Anyway, it's kind of a sweet and spicy, creamy sauce. And this was on what's that called? That show Shark Tank. And they one of the investors bought into this, and they went into production and all that stuff. It's a good product that was overpromised and underdelivered, and now they're struggling. They're actually selling. It was $16 a bottle when it came out, and probably worth it. Now you can buy this at our local Dollar Tree for $1.25. Exact same bottle.
the exact same bottle.
So
Yeah.
somebody made a boo-boo in the marketing there for that. So yeah, that would be similar to the vaporware. A very promising product, looked good on paper, and then nope.
Well, and I don't believe that Bosch is not going to provide me with the product that I bought.
Oh,
Because
it'll be there.
There were tons of demos that people had done with them, and the pedal was real. And Francis did one, and some big boys have done it. Andertons did one.
Yep.
Yep. And the fact that I don't have mine yet, it's okay. I don't have any. I mean, I've got a gig coming up next week, and it's shit. I have to use this piece of shit one more time
Right.
at least, and play through my good old fashioned pedal board. I mean, like I said, I'm not that upset about it. All it means is that I got to take one more thing with me to the show, which is
Right.
the head. Which,
Yep.
not having it there, I'm going to have to get over the hump of not being able to look over and see that beautiful blue light thing going.
Right. And we're not ever gonna forget that little switch on the on the
freak
what is
out.
it called? The freak out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
a
dude.
switch. One little tiny switch
Yeah.
created so much trouble
Yeah.
that night. And it was a great show. It could have been even better than it was. Even with the problems you guys had, it was still a great show.
Well, it was, that was a bummer. And I'm glad I remember that. And I'll have to remember that forever because it can happen again, and it probably will.
Yeah.
What I've done here is I'm pulling up a new backing track.
Uh-huh.
Now, this one's I selected one. I'm hoping to find one in B minor.
Terrible key.
Terrible. I know. It's
Yeah.
like, but I'm trying to see. I'm looking at the titles of them. Tasty Funk. I want to play along with one because I just switched over to my Hughes and Kettner. Might as well.
Oh,
see if
yeah,
it
yeah,
works,
yeah.
right?
Hear what it sounds like. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm down.
We'll do B minor because my pedals set up to harmonize in B minor.
Yeah.
D, 92. No, that's D. I want B. See, my computer can't even tell the difference between when I say B and D.
Uh-huh.
It's just confusing. Holy shit, really? There's a pic. Hang on. Sorry. I'm trying to find one. Tasty slow blues. Nah, deep rock. Deep passionate rock. Wild majestic metal guitar at E minor. No, B minor. Come on. I'll find
E
one.
minor could work. E minor is similar to B minor. I mean, a lot of the notes work. So
Let's Wild Majestic Metal. It's a metal type backing track. Let's listen. I think you should be able to hear this. You hearing that?
No, sir.
Okay. I gotta add different window. I know why. That is one thing about doing this in StreamYard is that you can't. Oh, that's it. I gotta.
Well, see, you can overcome it and not have to share the screen or present, but then I hear my own echo, so I have to mute before.
Well,
it's just one more software thing. It is what it is.
Well, here I should. Let's see. Let's do this, and I should be able to push play. Let me turn that off. By the way, while I'm doing this stream, intentionally, I have 7 YouTube videos playing in the background while I'm doing this stream.
Yeah.
So I'm making this thing earn it.
Work.
And it's not getting hot, and it hasn't even glitched, not once. So let me push play on this. You should be able to hear this. Are you hearing that, Richard?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do this. I don't know what volume of this is going to be like. I haven't even plugged into this for a while. Do I have the guitar? Oh, that's why. My input's not right. I'll fix it. I need to be in channel 2.
Nope.
Hang on. Let me pause this backing track. Give me a moment here. Why? Oh, it helps to turn the tuner off.
Hey! There it is.
So my guitar's a little bit loud.
A little hot. Back up. There you go.
I think I got enough. I've been sitting there banging on my guitar.
It sounds pretty damn good banging.
It sounds all right.
Yeah. Definitely.
Let me. This is the backing track. You know, if you want to play it.
I'm gonna suck, but I'll try. find it.
You got it.
Thank you, Marshall.
Nice.
Ah,
12
Try
fret, bro. Check it out. 12 fret. Okay, I tried.
You screwed
this
that
one-
up to make me feel better.
Well, yeah, I got a bunch of noise going on, but that's a real amp. So this one, Superior Jam Tracks. So this is a bit slower. And it's an E minor, so it's the same place on the guitar neck where that
Same
last
place.
one,
Yeah, but it's
Came
slower.
from-
I'll be
yeah,
more able to keep up with it.
kind of a cool chord progression. Yeah.
See, I like them when they do this. They show the shortcut chords for the progression. That helps me to remember. Not everybody does it.
Just playing the chords behind it. So I think what we can do here is, let's see, okay, let me stop this. Let me stop this. Now, I'm pretty sure that the audio is still coming through on StreamYard. Am
Yeah.
I correct? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
kind of-
Everything sounded great. The volume's a little low on the track, but not terrible. That's not your. You can't do much about that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm wondering if I do make if I turn my microphone volume up in StreamYard, what's going to happen? My guitar and everything's going to get louder
Right.
ultimately, and I don't have a way to. Let me check my audio settings for my desktop audio. I don't think there's nope. That's just dimed, which it should be. It's got to be louder. Okay, cool. No spatial sound. No. Okay. I just wanted to be sure everything was still hitting on all 8. And just
Yeah.
it's too bad we
That
can't.
thing's working great.
Let's see. Yeah. It's not. There's no auto level in StreamYard at this point. Now.
No.
It's. Yeah, I have
Just
it.
is what it is. And
Yeah.
there is a way when you're using OBS to go into the advanced audio settings and overdrive your volume. You can take it past 100%, but I'm sure there's degradation in the quality as you do that. So you could, because I actually have my desktop audio backed down in the advanced audio properties
in
inside of-
OBS.
in OBS, because
Yeah.
if I don't do that, it slams just you talking in a normal tone with regular volume will slam my desktop audio
Okay.
and make it clip. So I brought that back. I think I'm only running it at like 75%, and it never clips now, and I haven't heard anybody tell me they can't hear it. So I'm just leaving it alone.
Well, here's what I just did was I adjusted my mic volume in StreamYard, so I don't know if my voice just got louder.
A little bit, but not noticeably so. At least not for the deaf guy.
Yeah,
Guitar's
and
still
so if I go to this backing track, let me. So I think, let me see what happens here. I'm not monitoring it, so
Right.
that backing track might be getting louder.
No, volume's staying the same.
It's not at all.
No, sir.
It's not getting louder. Okay. Yeah, so I don't have any control over the volume, although
It's still sounds good. It's just a little bit low. I mean, I can
Yeah.
turn it up in my headphones, but that's going to turn up my guitar and
Right.
everything with it.
Well, and therein also lies the fact that you can go to Reaper and grab the volume and turn your fader down and mix it. And, you know,
Yeah.
we generally have to do that for almost everything we do on here.
Yeah.
I end up making a small adjustment. In a lot of cases, I'll reach up and grab the volume.
I want to say this officially right now, and just in case Reaper's listening, can we have the sliders back on the track panel?
Here's
Because
what
we
you
left
do.
them on the mix panel. That's cool. Sliders on the mix panel's great, but now we have to have circles. No sliders on the mix panel anymore, and I miss the sliders on the mix panel. Or I mean
The track control panel.
the track control panel. Yeah.
See what I'm looking at right here, brother?
Yep, I do.
And the way you get that, you go to options and go to themes and select, I guess,
Themes.
oh, you know what this is? I think it's default 6.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh, Daddy likes it.
Yeah.
Yes, just like
That's
that.
what you need.
I love
Isn't
you,
that-
Marshall. You know
Well-
cool stuff.
The thing is, I've had to do that like 18,000 times in the last 2 months. So I've had to put it on there, take it off, reinstall it, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
No, because
That's it.
thank you very much. I'm very happy now, and yeah. But I've been doing that a lot lately. I probably have 20 or more tracks now recorded into Reaper that I use just in Reaper, and I don't even have to turn YouTube on when I'm just noodling around or dinking around.
Yeah.
And I'm right now. I just want to get the circle down, get my major scales, learn my root notes. I think that's enough for me to try and focus on right now. It just and yeah, it's changing. It's getting better. But it's hard, as you saw. It's hard for me to change to a faster pace. I live in the blues, in that slow, easy blues, and although I practice moving my fingers more quickly with my scales, I don't when I'm noodling. I haven't explored that yet, so my fingers aren't my brain, and so. But I'm happy with the progress I've made and the things that are changing. It's fucking fantastic.
Well, and it's cool to be able to tell you that root note is at the 12th fret, and you know exactly what I'm talking, or that root note's at the 5th fret, or you know what I mean. And you're able to make that connect. That dude, you're getting really fucking dangerous.
We'll try and keep it down a little bit. You know,
can you tone it back a little bit, brother? You're getting a little excited there, right?
I didn't want you to be a good guitar player. Adequate is what we were going for.
I just want you to be don't want you to be annoying. It's not like you're playing a fucking. What are those? The squeeze box
Accordions?
things. Yeah.
The accordion.
Gentleman can play one, but he doesn't, right? Yeah. It's nice to be able to see you doing that.
And I haven't done anything with, I haven't tried to learn any minor scales. I haven't tried to learn because I'm pretty overwhelmed just trying to do what I'm doing right now. I'm not going to lie. It feels like a lot right now, but it's changing the way I play. And like today, trying to find the chords, I try and find the notes.
Yeah. And it's cool to be able to, like, in those chord progressions, when you were talking about today, I was just trying to figure out to play the chords. It's the first time I've ever tried doing that. Mm-hmm. And of course, you grabbed an A minor, but the chord was actually G minor. You were in the exact right place. So you were just playing the wrong
root note.
Yeah. And that stuff, if you can look at the chart, whatever they're showing you on YouTube, and it's C major 7 to D major to E minor. Yeah. I mean, when you start when you become confident doing that, when you can look at the name of the chord on the chart and be able to get your hand to it, dude, that's when shit starts getting real. Because you know your root notes.
Yeah.
And there you go. Oh, it's a blues in C. It's right there. I know.
Yeah.
It's right there too. Oh, and it's right there. Oh, and it's you get that.
And some of those notes are coming. I found this out the other day that I didn't know. You know, you play major, and that made me, whoops, and that made me think. Well, that should be an E somewhere. It is, right? Hang on. Oh, I know what's wrong. Let me fix that.
Yeah.
There.
You're pretty loud.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Mitch. And the reason I don't do that is because I have to record them onto my, and I have, dude, in my Reaper project right now, I have 20 different backing tracks recorded. And that is, because then you can adjust the volume of it. But we're just doing you live YouTube. The movement.
I was playing around with it. I found an E chord here somewhere. It seemed like it was maybe it was the D7 sheet. Nope, that's fine.
That's an E major.
Right there, that's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
Now you can't, it doesn't like these two strings right here.
Not really.
But if you want to get a little bit higher tone at the bottom cowboy area, you can do that, and it's just slightly higher, not much. Maybe, you know, just the tone of it. It's not even a different octave. What's that word? I'm trying to. It voices differently.
Yeah.
Voices the chord differently. Same chord sounds different.
Two chords named E, and they have different voices. That's it. I talk. Yeah. And you know that chord that you're using. There's a very famous song that you probably recognize.
Yeah. Indeed. If I can get half of that proficiency, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, that one took me, even when I was young, man, when that song came out, of course, I had to learn it, right? And he does it on I think on the record, it's on a 12 string. So every 12 string that I work on at the shop, I have to play that riff.
You gotta play that lick. Yeah. Well, hey, Marshall, I'm gonna have to get going because I got to get to Clackamas. So that's about a half hour, 45 minutes. So I'm gonna head over there and go to get my free dinner. And then I'm going to go to their house and watch the Super Bowl tomorrow, so I was invited to that.
Sweet. Well, good. Well, thank you for coming on and playing some guitar with us. And Mitch,
thanks for having the thing. This worked great. I was happy to do this today. Yeah.
Good. This is working. We'll be able to do this, and we know now it can be done. And
and the educational opportunities are huge, so you can still have quality content on your channel while having fun because it's educational.
Right. Yes, indeed. I'll do my best to keep teaching. And I'm doing some fun stuff. So
yeah, well, if you weren't a plumber, you should be a teacher. That was your other choice in life because you're a good one.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Well, thanks again for being here, and thanks Mitch and Mark and Jampro, everybody for joining us,
hanging out, joining us. Fun.
I think in our closing, what I'll do is I'll just play a little bit of music and let you talk amongst yourselves.
That's how I like to end my show. Just let everybody say their goodbyes, do their thing, just let the music play it out. When the music's done, I end the stream.
There we go. Great. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I should be doing it right now.
Yep, it is. It's making the music sounds. Peace out. Rock on, everybody. It was fun. Thanks you guys all for being here. Thank you.
Vanzini, peace, brother. Our Oregon brother. Yeah, and Mitch, it was awesome to get to meet you today. I'm so glad we did this, and I appreciate you helping. You've been very helpful. hopefully we've all learned a little bit of something. Let's hope.
Yeah, it was good meeting you, Mick. I definitely enjoyed it. There you go.
Turn that shit down. That's terrible. That guitar player.
It's awful.
He's terrible.
Yeah.
I need to get his name.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Marshall. It's been fun. We'll do this again.
Thanks, Richard.
All right.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Lars. Bless you. I've enjoyed watching your videos that you've been posting, man. It's good stuff. I'll learn that one day. I hope everything comes out okay, Brother Justin. Mark, we're gonna have to do this sometime soon. SSG Devon, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's it's just an original guitar thing that I did. And I do my best to not play on music that's not my own when I do this sort of stuff. Although I did use backing tracks created by other people, but I appreciate that, man. I do compose classical music. I'm not just a metalhead. Like dynamic music is really fun. My dad was very influential in my musical taste and styles. When I was young and I couldn't even turn a record on a record player, he would play music like this for me and my sister. And it's had a heavy impact on me in my life, music. Nice. I love to hear that, dude. That's great. Yeah, if you dig this, if you record something, please. I've had some folks. I've sent this to people without the. This part you can kind of solo over the top of, but there's another section coming up here that might. It's going to take a turn to the left a little bit. And what it looks like, you can kind of see where things get interesting. Really? Yeah, and I don't know if I've met or seen you before, SSG. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for popping in today. I hope that you might hear something that you enjoy. Kind of a strange little turn from the classical stuff, right? got the volume up a little bit. Yeah. Cool. I figured that was you, my friend. This track, I figured that was you. This track definitely, let me turn this down a little bit. If you're interested in putting any guitar stuff on this track is just something that I was messing with, and it's a pretty cool sounding piece of music. I'm digging it. This funky riff. Bring this volume back a little bit. Yeah, Devon, it's great to see you. I hope you're doing well, man. You have a gig, I think. You have a gig coming up here in town very soon, if I'm not mistaken. And don't be afraid to do some shameless self-promotion, because I really hope I can go see that, and I hope that I'm not booked on the same day, because I've got some gigs coming up. Oh, it's Wednesday. No kidding. Okay. Are you going to be playing in the old museum section of the restaurant, or are you going to be playing in the actual restaurant? Do you know? Dude, I'm going to get to go. Yeah, I'll be there. I will be there. I will help in any way I can if you need it. Do not hesitate to ask. You probably gonna push a button and everything's gonna just sound like magic. You guys, let me turn this down a little bit. This track's bugging me. Mr. Devon is a young man who I've known most of his life, in fact, and he's a fantastic guitar player. A lot of Satriani, Vai-esque, Govan type of influences in his playing. And you guys, if you've watched my channel at all, you've seen me work on one of his, or at least one of his instruments. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do it acoustic. No shit. Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen you play acoustically before, if I'm not mistaken, but that'll be cool. But Devon is a really talented musician, and has some really great gear, really nice guitars. He's a very solid person, and his mom and dad are some of the coolest people I've ever known. I miss your dad very much, man. He was a very, very good friend of mine. Oh, the acoustics in that room. Oh yeah, okay, I got you. That last one was called 13 Steps. So yeah, I've run sound in there for folks. You gotta try and keep the volume down as best you can. I would not recommend bringing a guitar amp into that room. If you plug into an amp and you're loud enough for people to hear you, you're definitely going to have bouncing. I would go DI and do not use an amp in that room. Go DI and a monitor, point that monitor right at your face. That's my recommendation. I've played in that room many times, and my experience has been, and I've done it both ways, and I've watched bands do it both ways, and a guitar amp in that room is very bad. It's never sounded good. That's not only my opinion, but the opinion of others that I've played there with and who were listening. So that's okay. And that track was called 13 Steps. Yeah. Okay, so you've got a live drummer that's going to be playing with you in that case. And that's as long, I don't know what sound system you're going to be. They have a really nice sound system there. They've got the Behringer XR32 or whatever, wireless, and they have plenty of speakers. Give yourself a bunch of monitors and get your monitor level up where when you're playing with the drummer, you've got a good CD quality mix and what you can hear. And make your drummer beat the shit out of those things. Don't let him go up there and sound check like a little girl. Make him play the fuckers like he's playing a song, and you can get a good sound check that way and get your balance. Then what you push out the front, you can mix, have somebody go out and stand in front and bring your guitar in and just basically mix the drum kit acoustically in the room. That's what I would do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you should have no problem, but you definitely, I would highly recommend put a monitor in front of you so that you've got your guitar going. And if you're doing vocals, have your vocal and guitar going through that so that you're not standing there in front of the guitar or the drum kit, not being able to hear yourself because your speakers are pointed out at the audience. I've used those pole systems before, and they're great. Yeah, those things sound fantastic, but you still should have a direct monitor. That's unsolicited advice, dude. You don't have to listen to me at all. You know the deal. You should try and do it like what happens at HQ. Ultimately, you plug your FM9 in there and your monitor is pointed right at your face and you can hear your guitar. And let the guy out front mix your guitar and the sound. Yeah, that's unsolicited advice, again. Yeah, and I'm going to get going here before long. I wanted to give, so that tune, this is one that I wrote, was kind of a joke. Using free synthesizers and the idea was zero guitars. Yeah, that would be. Oh yeah. Man, being prepared for a live performance, I don't know. Definitely practice is a good policy. Let me turn this off. Yeah, I always try and be as prepared as I can. It's part of the reason why I don't play, and you don't perform at the open mics very often, because I want to have something prepared. I want to improvise, but I don't want to go up there not having a clue. You know, I'm working on singing a song that I recorded with Mr. Mark Tanner on an acoustic guitar, and I've been working on developing how to sing it. And also, never sing that song when you've been intoxicated at all. It's bad. Ask Mark. He'll give you the old puke sign. Blech. But nonetheless, yeah, practice. Yeah, if you can get your audio to a monitor that's yours exclusive, and if you have, dude, put two of them in front of you. There ain't nothing wrong with doing that. You want to be able to hear yourself as clearly as you can so that you can play tight with that drum kit. And I would love to, in my band, put two monitors in front of myself, but we usually don't have enough room. It's usually space. We're playing in very small clubs. Yeah, Robin playing harp, yeah. I'm going to have to go visit him tonight. See what's up. I want to see... God, it seems like the video and everything and the syncing and all that is just dead on with this thing. Am I wrong? It's like the audio coming, like does when I speak and all that, Mark, does it seem like everything's synced? And the light's dying a little bit here, so it's going to be, to be, I know the songs. Okay. Yeah, Devon, I hear you. It's too bad you can't just wear a pair of these and not look kind of goofy on stage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't done any. Well, of course, my audio's. I don't have a way to. If I ran my audio from OBS into here, I could probably get them to sync up perfectly, but it's all right. I'm okay if there's a little bit of. I'm using free software and a really cheap ass computer that's lightning fast and it's bulletproof at this point. I'm loving that. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and Justin's Devon's potential. I don't know if he's where he's at right now, but he's about the closest person in proximity. He lives kind of close to where I live, if you want to call it that. And Justin Jampro's only, 100 miles, 150 miles away. But yeah, in-ear monitor is definitely not a bad idea. And I simply haven't gone there with some people yet because Jace is such a polite drummer. He can play with intensity and not blow your head off with hitting his cymbals so fucking hard that they damage your hearing. He can look at a room and sit down behind his kit and play that thing to the room. He's experienced, and that's a big part of that. Yeah. And we actually stock some, what brand are they? Lakato in-ear monitors at our shop. And they're like $75. So, yeah. Yeah. Some really, yeah. So. Oh, and this is probably, yeah, this is, I don't have the gate. Let me gate my voice with this thing. I think I still have it running. And, it's so cool to be able to fire this thing up and open up a, oh yeah, I just don't have it gated far enough. Let's put that down at about 4. Make the release real. This is just pretty quiet. So now I got my gate. Where's that noise? That's noisy. Why is that so noisy today? Interesting. I'm getting a lot more noise out of my guitar rig than I usually do. I wonder if I have something. Yeah, the noise floor. It's almost like my it's almost like my pedal power supply is. I go to my dirty channel. Wow, why is that? I wonder. Anyway, you guys, I'm sitting here messing with this stuff. I could do this all on my own. You don't need to watch me sit here and mess with my my sound. That's kind of goofy. I'm being self-indulgent here. Where my guitar volume, yeah, it's pretty quiet. But the moment I turn on some overdrive, that's because I had my guitar set to single coils. Noisy, quiet. The volume's all the way up. Noisy, quiet. What a dumbass. All this little stuff that I gotta remember. It's working. Dang nabbit single coil pickups. In fact, Devon, I don't know if you're still here, but do you still need borrow that little red shaped object over there that's got single coil pickups? I'm wondering. Or did you want me to record that part? I'm not sure. I don't know if you're still here, but just curious. Got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's got a couple of pretty nice single coil equipped guitars. He's such a good guy. I haven't seen him for a while. Dude, I would love to see that or listen to it. Email it to me. And you know what I'll do for you? We'll quick pro quo here. I think that's what you call it. I will. I'm gonna go in and mix that classical thing that I laid on you earlier when we were in the stream. I'm going to mix that down, but I'm going to take the guitar solo out of it. So it'll just be blank. And if you want to record some guitar on it, Ben, you have your way with it. I know you got a great setup, and if you've come up with something that you're really proud of, just email me a stem or stems, whatever you got. Or you can send me a mix, of course, but I like to... I prefer getting the individual tracks so that I can mix it in with the mix that I have going in Reaper. It lets me like adjust the levels of my stuff and your stuff. Although you mix something and put Ozone 10 on it or 11 and it sounds good. Yeah. And that piece of music is definitely not complete. My dad's been like sending me ideas. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, this isn't our first rodeo, right? Pendleton Roundup's been going for how long? Yeah, I haven't done anything else with it. I did send a copy of it to Jesus. And I haven't gotten anything back from him yet, but we'll see what happens. He might throw something at it. I don't know. But it sounds like he's pretty busy working on his record. Yeah, Devon is, and it's almost like we both learned something from one another. I don't know if you realize when I'm watching you at shows and things like that, when I'm sitting back there with my arms crossed going, I could do that. I'm joking, but how much I learned from you and you sharing your equipment and such, man, and the opportunities you've given me. It's pretty cool. Oops. Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to get going. I need to go eat. I think what I'm going to do in celebration is go buy some McDougal's. Because I'm going to eat some junk food. Because my stuff's working. My stuff's working. It seems to be working well. So, again, I said goodbye a little earlier, but Devon showed up. I had to visit with you, and call me anytime, man. But hopefully soon, the two of us, maybe we should keep in touch on this. The two of us should go and both play on one of the same night down at the Open Jam. Okay, I'll look forward to that. If it doesn't it's no pressure. But I'm really waiting to get my IR2 pedal before I go down there and play electric guitar because it's too much to set up my amp, and I don't have an FM9, and I actually don't. I don't know. But I'm close. So all I got to carry in is my pedal board and my guitar, and I have an amp on my pedal board and all that stuff. I'm getting the IR too. So, Bill, thank you, man. Yeah, this thing is working like a dream, and it's not overheating. I can feel that it's warm, but it's got warm air coming out of it, but the air is moving really nicely. And I am going to get a small silent fan that will be blowing on this. I haven't received it yet, but to try and help the temperatures. You guys. I got a prescription, Bill. They gave me a prescription. Oh. Let me see what this is. I got to check my mail. Give me a moment. I might have some really good news here. Let's see. All right. So, book it. All right, we're booked. We're going to play next weekend. A good junk food thing. And yeah, I'm going to go cheat and eat some McDonald's. But remember earlier when I started, it's been 2 or 3. How long ago did I start? God, I've been on it for 3.5 hours. Well, my blood glucose was high, and I took some insulin, and now it keeps turning on its side for some reason. It's time for my blood glucose is now 94. Right there, you see it for yourself. That's what we're talking about. That's how you control diabetes. Unfortunately, I did get a little high. So we're booked. We're going to play a gig next weekend with a bass player none of us have ever played with before. So wish us luck. I've got to get to work on rememorizing these songs. And we're going to play 3 sets, probably 12 songs each set. It's a lot of material. See you guys later. Thanks for hanging with me today, everybody. Devon, it was great to see you. I'll send you the copy of that. I got to mix that, but I'm going to go get some dinner first. I'm hungry. Peace.